Alistair's perfect mural, which he rolled astronomy for. Still the most
Yes,
stupid
but in
thing
this
I've ever.
universe, the captain is going to rape you to death.
I do not want death by snoo snoo from the Ogren captain, please. I'm okay as is. I don't need death by snoo snoo from the Ogren captain.
This is why we never talk about Ogren women.
So, I'm gonna let you guys design your ship. So, put together a map that you guys can agree upon. That is 3 decks at 80 squares across and 35 squares wide. You might want to write that down.
I'll let the people with the memory do that.
But you guys are going to be the ones to design your... I started doing it and then said, no, wait, it's their ship. Even if it was just given to them, I think they should be the ones to actually design it.
85 by 30?
85 by 35. 3 decks. That means that you have 3 floors.
So we'll need access ramps or elevators or possibly both.
This is an Imperial ship, you have both. The Imperials are incredibly inefficient with space, remember that.
Well, the emergency situation, it's very nice to have a manual way to move deck to deck. Then elevator, which the Imperial deck may fail.
Also, for reference purposes, you all have the character sheet for the Bob Howard.
We can't actually view its stats, at least I can only see bio and info.
You should be able to view the whole thing.
Nope, just bio and info with the picture of the ship.
You can only see the whole thing if you have access to edit it.
Okay. Then I'm going to have to trust you guys to not edit this without my permission.
Fair enough.
There, you should all have access to it that way as well.
Cool.
I do not want to edit this thing.
Carl, are you in this game?
No, but I'm sitting here hearing you.
Okay.
Race pattern 1 class, drive Stella of 1 warp engine, Gala field, single void shield array times 2, man bridge, ammo of 1 less sustain.
Yeah, it seems I'm the only one who has all that stuff.
Well, now we all do.
Yeah, not everybody can view the entirety of it. So just remember that you have you have to, except for the landing unit, you have to decide where all of those pieces are, both essential and supplemental components, and kind of figure out what goes where. And for size purposes, the size of it is up to you, but remember to be practical. A librarium vault is not going to be a 2x2 area, but at the same time, a auger array, the internals for an auger array are not going to be like 30 by 30.
So what did you say we were looking at? 35 by 80?
Yes.
35 by 85, 3 floors.
35 by 80, 3 floors.
And
there's no 85, it's 80 by 35. That's...
Maybe change what I wrote down.
I know, one's a 5 and one's a 0.
So how are we how are we putting this ship together then?
Up to you. I mean,
Who has a clue on how to do it properly?
it's a 35 by 80 grid, and you guys can sit down and put it. You guys can sit down and put it down and put it together between now and the next session. But that way, this way, I don't just make up the internals of your ship and you have to deal with it. Instead, you've made up the internals of your ship, and I have to work around that. And also, it just feels kind of weird for me as a GM to design a player's ship when it's your ship. You should have some, and you should have some say in how it looks. So, if I remember correctly, we are just getting past the point where the Ogren is returning to the ship after carrying one of the angry Marines back to his vessel after a drinking contest. Yubel, I have already looked into 40k Inquisitor or Martyr. I have full access to the game, and I gave my opinion on it. It's a good game. I would actually play it, if not for the fact of their money-making system is purely exploitative.
So it's another money grab game.
It's not necessarily a money grab game, but like, hold on. Inquisitor Martyr store. When we go to the Inquisitor Martyr store, it's like the base just to get the game is $50, and then they're like, oh, or you can have this expansion, this thing for $80, and you get digital soundtrack and art books and an exclusive pet and your name in the credits.
Oh yeah, that.
Or you can go up to your Master Inquisitor pack and you get special emotes, a collector's ornate box, a t-shirt, a chalice, a map of, and by the way, the chalice is made of resin and there's no warning on it that you shouldn't drink out of this. Somebody's gonna, I can guarantee you somebody's gonna drink out of that and die.
I remember pointing this out to you now.
Well,
or not the bit about the resin, but
the only one that comes with all future DLCs included is $1,000.
It's a money grab.
You get to be on the Eternal Glory Wall of Heroes. You get all the stuff from the Grand Inquisitor pack. You get a thumb drive, a fucking thumb drive. And a signed hardcover book of the artwork as well as if you can pay to get there and go to the hotel, you can take a half-day tour of their studio.
I'm sorry, but if I'm paying $1,000, I better get a life-size statue of the fucking Emperor.
Only thing I was going to say about that is
fucking bra.
Did they give you a carton of cigarettes for your checkbook afterwards?
I'll play it, but I am going to openly criticize the way that they are trying to sell the game. For a start, in the game's present state, I would seriously consider selling it for $29.99, not a full $50 price tag. By the way, their studio's in Budapest, one of the most expensive. Oh my god, I'm going to murder someone.
What happened?
Tom.
What?
We can hear that.
It's not really that loud, but then I'm gonna have to Tom Rutherford.
Dear God, man!
You have committed the heresy of
eating on stream.
It's not the heresy of eating on stream, it's the heresy of bag. Everything else was fine. I was like, oh my god, what is that and why does it make my ears bleed? I love you, Tom, but god.
It wasn't that loud.
My headphones are plugged into a new headphone into a new headphone port that I just replaced the old one out of. Everything is really loud right now.
What?
You're louder than Tom through mine.
Yeah.
Well, I have a loud voice and most people turn me down.
Yeah, Tom's like 20 something.
Yeah, the money making for this one is, I mean, it was fun, it was a good game, everything about the game itself was good, just their money making idea is basically horrific.
Oh, by the way, Fee, I've actually got Tom turned up compared to you.
Oh.
Yeah, I am now just seeing the images and it's horrifying.
I know,
yeah,
right?
I remember finding out the details for that one. It was like, Fee.
They better have some pretty damn good Eldar porn on that hard drive.
Either that or the recipe for warp dust.
If they had that, I would just literally stalk someone who has it, beat the fuck out of them, and then take the recipe.
I mean, that's
Sir
the plan.
Shells, what happens to somebody like me who has it and he's built like a gorilla?
I'll use
what
trank
guns are for.
darts.
That's what guns are for.
Okay,
You're built like a
as
gorilla,
warning
right?
to
So
you-
it's just gorilla hunting.
Okay, Sir Shell, as a warning to you, when I had my gallbladder removed, it's the only major surgery I remember having. They gave me a big needle full of Pentothal or whatever they were using to relax me, and they were talking to me while they were waiting for me to go under. And they said, "Are you feeling tired?" And I looked at them and said, "A little." The damn anesthesiologist looked at me, drew up some more, injected more.
I mean, I'll reinstall Inquisitor Murder and give it another run through, but I'm gonna go ahead and go on record as saying that their methodology of purchase is not okay.
But I have a question. Wait, can you like raise and lower people's like the volume using Discord?
Yes.
Yes, you right click on their name and it's the slider that comes up.
It's like I turned Chaco down and Kuramachi up. Because she is so softly spoken.
I have never knew.
It's not my problem, my headset is shit and my voice is small.
She's a little smurfing in
I'm
disguise.
also apparently going to have to figure out how to recover my account here, because I was trying to log in just to make sure I could still do it. I mean, I can. I have the game. I have the game assigned to me on Steam, and once you've assigned a game to someone on Steam, it's very difficult to take it away from them. Like, you have to prove breach of contract.
That is amazing. I can now actually hear Kuru much better. Yay!
Welcome to the Army of Fiaura, John Hanna. Welcome to the Army of Fiaura. Thank you for subscribing. In the meantime, guys, while I'm just going to let that install in the background. We're going to get started with our Rogue Trader. So the captain has just gotten back. Many people probably have news for the captain, and you guys are trying to both finalize and secure a deal to sell your arms. I think you've basically done that, right? Or are you still working on that part?
Yeah, I think we basically settled on the Mechanicus guy in the market, in the military market.
And then you need to figure out what else you're going to buy to take to Hitomi's suggested planet.
Well, I thought that was part of why we were going down in the first place, was to make a grab for some Archaea relic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it's there.
It's there. It's whether we can actually find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Commissar, and I'm gonna welcome
Sorry,
the
I've got to go
arrivals,
AFK for a minute.
and I'm gonna welcome the new recruits.
Damn it,
and-
where's my popcorn?
Can I finish?
Guys,
Sorry.
stop interrupting each other. If you're on voice activation, please switch to push to talk, because you need to wait 2 seconds when you queue up before you talk, or you're going to interrupt somebody. So anyway, Kuramachi.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to stay with the ship when we land, so that I can welcome the new recruits in the most Imperial Guard way possible, by joining them in very tight spaces and lashing out at them for doing absolutely nothing.
Wow, really?
I mean, that is the Imperial way to do it.
Someone has to play the Commissar in order to keep the morale up. Also, it's not you guys who are organizing the arms, man.
I mean, yeah, you could just walk around and tell them what giant screw-ups they are over and over again.
Or shoot in the back of the head. Sorry, did I interrupt someone?
No, I started coughing. That's my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, me getting water. Organizing the options more of Alexander's purview, even though he will be very thankful for your help.
Oh, Fiaura, you said the place we're trying to go to is kind of on the world's, like, Arctic belt, correct?
Yes.
still gonna do the smart thing and make sure they got some kind of poor weather gear in this fucker. That would be good to have before we go down to the planet.
I mean, probably a good idea. I'm not gonna say it's a bad idea, but you might want that.
Yeah, I mean, my character's the only one who can survive without it, but y'all might fucking freeze to death. But so is there any on the ship, or would they have to make a purchase for some?
You know, roll me luck.
That's a 1d10.
Percentile dice. I'm gonna say 30%, so you need a 70 or better. Or no, you need under 30, excuse me, you need under 30. My bad, this is low, not high. You find a stash of planetary support gear. Holy shit, this critical success. You find a stash of planetary support gear inside of one of the areas that is supposed to be where you would normally store atmospheric suits for roaming outside the ship. In addition to this, you find gear for Arctic, desert, jungle, and underwater exploration conditions.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm back. I couldn't talk, but I was listening in.
Jaco, you have just repented Cooper.
Wait, so are there void suits as well? I didn't hear. Like,
I mean, there's void suits in another compartment where void suits are supposed to be. This is a compartment where void suits are supposed to be, but they're not.
There's everything. There's just a little bit of everything.
Yes.
I don't know. It's good.
That's about par for the course on a big ship.
And the suits are in various sizes, including a suit for a ratling and a set of suits for an ogren. It's as though the previous crew of this vessel had planned this sort of thing out. Imagine that.
Or pure random luck. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Well, once he's made sure they have the suits, so it'll be okay, and then probably go near the dock and just kind of somewhat stare at the female space marine who's standing outside the ship waiting to kill him.
Points at you.
He's just staring at her. It's like,
after pulling the mechanism and letting a bolt around fly onto the ground.
He's just gonna look like, why do you want to kill me? I have done nothing to you.
It takes a second to stomp on the bolter round.
Is that supposed to be symbolism?
Nods.
Bang is gonna.
It seems like a great deal waste of ammo. Those things are expensive.
Bang is going to come up to. Well,
So he's gonna get himself killed, isn't he?
just look at this Space Marine. Look at Chaco. Looks at the Space Marine and then says, "I didn't know you have a date."
Does the Space Marine hear that? Him?
Okay, back. Sorry about that.
Are you standing on your side or their side of the ship docking door?
I'm standing on my side. I said I was standing
Do
on
you
my
have
side.
the door closed or open?
I didn't think about that.
Okay. On a 1 it's open, on a 2 it's closed. It's closed.
Oh, thank God.
And the Space Marine fails to hear you.
like critically fails.
I'm gonna.
So what
put
the
my
Space
hand-
Marine thinks they heard versus what was actually said, there's kind of a pause, and the Space Marine stops shaking angrily for a moment.
I'm gonna put my hand around his shoulders and start singing on the Sibil's ear.
The Space Marine's not angry.
On a tree kissing.
The Space Marine is not angry for just a few minutes. By a few minutes, I mean 1 or 2 minutes. During which time, you notice the hand, the power armor hand, in the most cartoonishly girlish way, comes up to cover the Vox grill for a second, as the helmet kind of shakes a little bit, like there's giggling going on.
Oh god, she's going anime girl.
Oh no.
Then, after a few moments, the Space Marine goes back to the stoic stance of pure hatred.
Anyone else curious enough to open up the door and ask the female Space Marine why she was not angry? Because that's something weird.
Would you know if the door's shut?
It is shut. That's what the 2 was for.
So
Bang will
would you
say
know?
No. They don't know why
No,
the Space Marine went all giggly schoolgirl for a minute.
No,
Yeah,
would they even see if the door's shut?
Oh no, there's a viewport that they're staring at each other through.
Is there like a tiny box to the outside? Or we have to...
Oh,
Sybil
there you
will
go.
step out of door frame, open door, ask, why were you laughing?
Why was she laughing? She giggles and there's this pause. And then there's an incredibly angry voice. You called me cute.
Ah. Closes door.
What
Sybil,
the fuck have I come back to?
Sybil, I think
Sybil
she
was
likes
just-
you.
Sybil was just staring at the angry Space Marine, asking her why she wanted to kill him. Apparently, somehow that got across to her hearing that he thought she was cute. Just apparently she can't read lips that well through a fucking window.
I thought she was giggling at my comment.
I'm just gonna put here that Marcy singing that Sibyl is in love while dancing around him in the most happy-go-lucky fashion.
Did someone give the little cat catnip?
Yes, you can clearly smell something's burning. And it's her sensor. It's actually filled with catnip.
Oh, also, Hetty, we made sure, we did a check and made sure we had, environmental gear for the fucking Arctic.
While this is transpiring, what is everyone else doing after being told that there's environmental gear in environmental suit hangar 4?
I'm gonna go put some on, since, well, I guess since I'm the Void Master, I'm gonna be piloting the craft.
Well, pilot could do it, but yeah.
Void Master is the pilot.
Oh, no, technically a Void Master's an experience rating, but okay.
Well, he's the only one who actually has the pilot skill.
Okay.
So let's just go with that.
Alexander will be one, he'll acquire the equipment, and 2, he'll be inspecting some of the armsmen and seeing which armsmen will be best for in case of planetary excursion for a defense detachment.
Hold on, I'm explaining something to the chat real quick.
I like how you didn't even bother putting history to alternative heresy.
30k alternative heresy, and according to the lore pre-3rd edition, there are the 2 missing space legions were female. Also, there are female Space Marine models from 3rd edition and back.
Yep, the Little Sisters of Purification, also known as the Sunstroke.
Yes. So, Nikki, there is your answer. I have decided that the missing 2nd Legion is the Angry Marines. And they're all women, which explains why they're angry.
Because they're on permanent PMT.
And some poor little misguided, there can't be female Space Marines nerd somewhere just had a heart attack.
Aww. How cute. Let the prince eat his soul instead of mine, please.
But yours is tastier.
And apparently, our psyker has somehow attracted the attention of one and gotten it to laugh.
Apparently, Carol's the nerd.
Oh,
that
by the way,
died.
is the door open?
He did open it for a moment, yes.
Well, I thought he closed it again.
Why?
She stomps right up to the edge of the door, leans just before crossing the threshold, and says, "I see you tomorrow, 7 bar. Got it?"
He's been told he's going on a date.
With hope, we'll hopefully be back on the station, and I'll do all I can to be there. Yes, ma'am. Sybil's just kind of shaking at that.
Don't
Hey,
stand me up.
I would never.
She then
Miss Lady.
stomps off and walks around the corner. During the process of stomping off, you take note of the fact it's not a standard military march, but rather, definitely the "I'm shaking my ass for shiggles and to draw your attention."
I almost thought you were going to go for the anime skipping off in happiness.
I think Sybil's gonna look around, confused. It's like, okay, she wanted to kill me, and now I don't know what she wants to do. She might still want to kill me, but
Hey, if we can get a Space Marine out of this...
Bang is going to go up to Sybil and say, "Hey man, look, you got yourself a cute date. I mean, yeah, she's technically, superhuman and could kill you just by, sneezing too hard, but hey, it's not that bad, right?"
Bring lots of Skittles as they get... What?
Angry Marines love 3 things. The Emperor, Skittles, and kittens.
Well, no. Angry Marines love 4 things: the Emperor, Skittles, kittens, and death by Snoo Snoo.
Oh yeah, it's her version.
5 things then. Smashing things to death.
Oh no, they don't love that. They hate it. They are absolutely enraged at it. However, they are less angry about the fact they are doing it than when they are not doing it.
I'm just gonna point out that there is a squiggling mass of happiness in the corner in the shape of a capital.
Is she laughing at Sybil?
No, she's squealing because you got a date.
Can I
The
pet the cat
sociopathic psyker now has a date with the pretty much other sociopathic Space Marines. Great. Match made in the Emperor.
Maybe the Emperor does have it out for you, mate.
That guy is beyond football. Agreed.
Yes!
Actually, Joseph, you can skip in power armor. I've seen it done.
Hell, there was one motherfucker, a Night Lord. He ran 60 goddamn miles per hour in that shit.
That's some bullshit. Anyway, back to what we were
It is
doing.
bullshit.
You see what Joseph bought?
Chaco and Angry Marine setting on a rhino kissing. So, does everyone have their...
would see this coming, but love is blind, even in the warp.
Does everyone have their cold weather gear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you guys going to take a pod down to the planet or the whole ship? I.e., are you going to take a shuttle or the whole freaking ship?
I think that's the captain's decision.
Let's do a shuttle.
Well, what does the drunk Ogren say?
Wasn't there a administrative issue about taking the whole ship down? Or did we manage to bypass that? I have no idea.
I think we did.
I think I managed to bluff them into letting us do it.
Okay, so you think...
I mean, I say take the whole ship, because apparently Sybil's gonna need to take that shuttle sometime tomorrow at 7.
I guess. I mean, I can get you up there with the shuttle.
Sybil, you can be excused from this mission.
If you have more pressing matters to attend...
until the next day.
I'm just going to say that I'm in favor of bringing the whole ship down with us, because we're going to have a lot of recruits coming up to join the crew.
Yeah, that also is a pretty good reason, because if we have to constantly shuttle all of them, that'd take time, and...
I guess. I can fly the ship, right? Right?
Oh, there is also the point of, well, a ship entering orbit and coming down is... You could say it's a pretty dramatic entry.
Worth it, let's do it.
Weird memory thought. They don't understand when we said our ship can land on the planet. They sounded very aghast, like you're not supposed to do that. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but we,
you do remember correctly.
We kind of convinced them to let us do it, I thought.
Well,
we did that.
they like I said, let's land it and really put on a show.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, because if the experts
crash it.
Yeah, because if the experts, quote unquote, don't believe it can happen, what do you think the locals are going to think?
All right.
I'll try not to crash her, Captain.
Just to warn you, Choco, we're summoning Dre.
So is everyone back on the ship?
Summoning Dre.
Yes, everyone is back in the ship.
Is anyone not on the ship?
Choco, you can stay on the station if you want.
No.
Okay. Are you guys going to offload your current cargo first to the people who have agreed to buy it?
I was just thinking about that, and I'm going to say yes. No, I don't think yet. I think the conversation ended that I would speak to my captain about it.
So you speak to the captain about it.
So yes, Captain. Bear with me. Oh. There we go. Okay, so the supplies that we have, the local PDF are basically going to give us sort of out of character profit factor of 2 for the weapons and 0.5 for the uniforms and rations. A guy on the station is quite happy to take it all off our hands for effectively 4.5 profit factor. Do we sell it to him and make up something for the PDF, or
do you sell it to the PDF and get the goodwill of the PDF?
Yeah.
What if we split the cargo and sell half to each?
Not
and
bad.
remember, it's all profit what we sell this for, since we're not going to be able to deliver it on time where it was supposed to go.
Oh, we've got lots of time to deliver it on time. About 10,000 years.
I mean, it's you guys' choice. You can, you know, get the locals to like you for less money, or you can make as much money as possible.
Basically, is the favour of the local PDF worth more than the extra profit factor from the Mechanicus?
I'd agree with the splitting it, because, I mean, the Mechanicus is offering us pretty much double what we're going to get from the PDF, so we give them half for the
They're not
equivalent
offering
of
double, they're offering one more profit factor. But it's a difference in 3.5 and 4.5.
Oh, I thought you said 2.5.
Yeah, we were given 2 for the weapons and 0.5 for the uniforms and rations.
Or
Or a straight 4.5 for the lot from the other guy, from the guy in the station.
It's 70% more money, but you don't get the advantage of having the locals like you. So, how much is having the locals like you really worth? And on that thought, while you guys debate, I have to actually do something.
So, locals liking us. Does that mean discounts on drinks at the bar? So then, you know, Civil can, you know, actually pay for his date?
I'm guessing it means more, maybe the PDF looking the other way when we try and take off with this archaeologic.
I say we get on the good side of the locals, because then we can establish a reputation in this place, and when we come back, it will be more likely that people will give us discounts and sell better things to us.
Welcome to the Army of Fiaura, Ulrich Antares. Welcome to the Army of Fiaura.
I'm thinking more in the immediate term, in that we're looking to blast off with something pretty significant. I'm guessing, even for this time period, even if it's not Lost Archaeotech, I imagine it's going to be something fairly rare. In fact, did we even work out whether it was alien or not?
We don't know, that's all they're telling me.
Yeah, you guys haven't figured that out at all.
Emerald will speak up and he'll say, I'm in favor of selling to the PDF at the very least. When we land, we might be able to curve that favor into, say, requisitioning some transportation across the surface. Because I don't know about you, but I don't plan on walking everywhere across that world.
That certainly gets my vote, and like I say, if we're blasting off with something we don't know what the hell it is, possibly even xenotech, then I'd like to have the goodwill of the PDF just to smooth getting out of here.
Yeah, you make a good point.
I'm just the pilot.
The goodwill of the PDF would be very important, not to mention the PDF is what, a militia, so...
Plus, I mean, apparently this world has a bunch of strange xenos. It might be nice to, you know, call on them in case we need our asses helped the fuck out.
That too.
I mean, the captain has the ultimate final decision, but I'm assuming that she is hearing your input.
I thought Tom was a he.
When did Jaime become a female name?
Point taken. My bad. My bad. My bad. I'm bad.
God
Megan's
damn
just
it,
gonna rub his
Carl.
eyes and say, God damn
For
it.
that, Fiaura?
I hate you so much right now.
Why? Because you want chips?
No, because I have the bass on my headphones turned on. I actually took the time to charge it last night.
Oh. She must love my voice.
What about mine?
God damn it, look what Carl posted in fucking image spam.
Damn it, Carl. That's why we can't have nice things, Carl.
Oh, that's tame.
We have seen
Cream chocolate.
things.
Actually, I have worse things prepared, so...
Ooh, this is one very...
Yay, I got tipped.
As my friends called it, boobs.
Oh, thank you. And yes, Miss Press, you tipped boobs. 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 Everybody give Miss Press a boob hug if you can, otherwise give her a regular hug. Oh my god, this is totally why we can't have nice things, and whoever did this artwork, Sanity Tech X. Yeah, hey Carl, can you put me in touch with this person?
You're talking about the thing with the Space Marine.
The Space Pony.
Oh god.
My brother thinks you're super pretty. Do you have a special son pony? The adorable sibling play, classy move. 0800 hours, Sanguinary Park, bring chocolates.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I think that's basically what happened to Civil right there. He's like, yes.
Yes, essentially. I think that Fiaura just copied
So
it.
I might regret this, but while we're on the subject of this piece of artwork, I am going to go to this person's DeviantArt. Temper your senses of decency.
Those have been tempered by a long time with you.
It would help if I could spell sanity correctly. There it is. This person's actually pretty good. And I could use them.
Take it they have open commissions.
I'm gonna send a note. Long-term artist hire. Hi there. I'm currently doing something that may require a long-term artist for 40k ponies. You interested? Fiaura the Tank Girl.
Ask how she does Xenos.
I'm not really worried about how she does Xenos. I'm just going to ping her on DeviantArt real quick while we're in the middle of a live stream. And then I'm going to assume that Thomas made his decision for what the cargo is going to have happen to it.
I made my decision. Hetty can choose.
You're the rogue trader.
Remember, I'm just the pilot.
I negotiate the deals, you're the one that decides what deals we negotiate.
Let's go with the planetary goodwill.
Okay, so
Fair
you
enough.
guys will make 2.5 profit factor. And we'll have a letter of note from the Planetary Defense Force that says we're working on your registration. Give us a day or two. Notice that it says give us a day or two for something that normally takes like a couple weeks.
So we have a day before. Oh, great.
Yeah, we have a couple of days before we can start leaning on them for any friendship.
It's less about leaning on them for any friendship and more I'll reveal what they're actually doing later.
God.
It's not... God, you automatically assume.
Because
I don't automatically assume it's going to end up with anybody dead. What I automatically assume is it's going to be torturous for us at some point along the way. Am I right?
Yes.
Well,
so, does everyone put on the Arctic gear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you guys flying straight to the so once you guys have your gear and you're geared up and you're ready to go, Do you ask permission to undock?
Well, I presume we follow the normal procedures for undocking. So, yeah, ask for permission to undock. And
as you start to follow the normal procedures to undocking, there are several rites and rituals that are normally done as a part of this. That the guy on the other end of the comms is going, "What the hell are you doing? Just give me a minute to put you in a slot to undock. What do you mean I have to pray to the Omnissiah? Hold on, what's this ritual that you're doing? We don't do that. What kind of Imperium are you from?"
The one with the God Emperor, sir, of course.
God Emperor? What are you...
The cat girl is now slapping her, is now face palming while putting on a commissar helmet that she somehow found in the ship.
The desk in front of the comms unit, there's this slowly increasing indentation where Bertram's head is repeatedly hitting it.
So the cycle will cut off. Sorry, our pilot's kind of drunk at the moment. We'll just go. Pilot, shut the fuck up. Stop being drunk.
Hey, listen, it's not my fault. That beer was good.
So after after 5 or 6 minutes, you're only through 1/4 of the normal procedures when he goes, "All right, stop, knock it off. All right, look, I'm putting you into a slot that will allow you to undock in 5 minutes. So just stop all this shit that you're asking me to do and verify. Just no, okay?"
Let me take your recons, please.
Sure, why not?
Sorry?
Excuse my captain, operator. It seems that he drank a little too much. You said 5 minutes for undocking?
Yes, 5 minutes. Actually, 4 minutes now. You know what, fuck it, I'm bumping you up. You can undock in a minute. I'm gonna just tell the other merchant that there's been a technical difficulty with the docking clamp. I just want rid of you at this point.
Well, I would complain, but you seem nice enough. Thank you. She cuts the line.
We'll have to try that stunt again at some point.
Always seemed to work good with the Mechanicus. That's at least how I got to that bar that you hired me from.
But we're not. This isn't exactly the normal Mechanicus. Or the normal Imperium anymore.
By the way, have you had any more talks with your friend Prince? Sybil?
No one knows that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But
we don't know that Slanesh is a puppy.
Yes, only Sybil is aware of the great puppy.
Well, Bryce is also aware of Slanesh, but not in the same way that Sybil is. More like I've read up on that shit sometime in the past.
Oh, please. I was literally in the arms of one of her demons.
There's something so very wrong with this entire crew from start to finish.
Hey, Fee, this is your adventure.
And that's why you hired me.
Alexander takes offense to that remark.
I mean,
David has a pistol in the back of his head at any given point.
I mean, Fiaura, you did handpick the crew.
And you did drop us into 30k specifically so we can be as heretical as we wanted it. And not make too much difference.
So, do we just head off to the planet?
Yes, we just head off towards the planet, occasionally slapping the pilot as we go to stop him performing some inane ritual that doesn't need to be performed in this millennia.
Okay.
I summoned the great void dragon. Whap! Ow! What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was steering the ship. We're going to the planet.
Okay, so I guess you're gonna now make your roll to land. Something that you've never done before. Because you're new at this.
First time for everything, right?
So I have to ask these a couple questions first. Are you choosing your landing site near the coordinates Hitomi gives you, or very far away from them?
I thought we were gonna do city because to get the.
Are you going to land at a city, at a hive city? Well, not a
If
hive city so much as a farmer outpost.
We were given specific coordinates to land at, but no information as to how we were supposed to get there. So there was the possibility of doing a few cheeky low-level scans as we went about landing.
Okay.
I seem to remember a discussion along those lines.
Yeah.
In other words, Sir Shells, find a place that's big enough to put this thing down in, and that's where we'll land.
Well, no, we're landing at these coordinates, but do we do a straight run there, or do we kind of circle the planet once as we're going in?
That's a good question.
We are bitching about our pilot being drunk. Take your time.
Also, am I allowed to be
scans.
Terrified at the fact that I have 20 sponsored streamers online right now?
Woohoo!
I didn't realize we'd gotten that big.
Glorious!
Anyway.
Well, I can fly this thing around the planet a couple times, but
Also, if we take a more relaxed descent path, does that make it a bit easier on the pilot?
Probably.
No, I'm actually asking Fee.
I'd say you get a 5% bonus if you take your time about it. However, as you approach the atmosphere, you're going to get a call from the station.
someone pick that up. I'm too busy trying to concentrate.
Well, that would be my job anyways. I typically sit at the comm station. So yeah, I answer the call.
What are you doing? You're going to crash into the planet!
Oh, that's perfectly fine. This ship, believe it or not, is actually planetary capable.
What manner of techno-insanity is this? You're going to crash!
This ship was modified to land on planets. Don't worry, we're nobody's going to crash, or at least we're not. Glances over at the pilot.
Yo ho, and a bottle of rum.
Diplomacy check.
Oh wow, okay. Diplomacy. What kind of diplomacy? Am I charming? I'm not deceiving.
This would be charm.
Cool.
You're at -5.
Ah, you.
Good enough. He goes, okay, so I'm not gonna tell the Planetary Defense Force to blow you to Kingdom Come to avoid collateral damage.
That would be preferable, yes, thank you.
Alright, well, so I have interesting news for everyone. Once Sophie's plane ticket is taken care of, we will be buying a train ticket for Cobalt, and Cobalt will be the one who's going to reside in the spare bed now.
Cool.
Also, I just thought, wouldn't there still be collateral damage when a warp engine explodes over the planet in atmosphere?
It would be less than letting the ship ram into the planet. Also, Nikki, I fully agree. Where is the rum gone? Into the pilot? Who let that happen?
We're rogue traders.
So is anyone helping the pilot in any way, shape, or form?
Well, Marcy is at the auger station, if it's not occupied, helping pass on coordinates and other readings.
Sybil is locked in the choir chamber, fucking praying.
As you should be, my man Sybil. Don't worry, I haven't landed this thing before. And where's the landing gear again? Let me check my sticky notes. Here it is.
What's going on in my brain right now has just been posted in an image span. And I have shown it on stream. So who's making? So you get
who's slapping the pilot to keep him on task?
Emmer will go over and he'll put his hand on the pilot's shoulder and he'll give it a little like squeeze, just a little bit of pressure, and he speaks very calmly, very evenly, trying to help him keep his focus and keep him on task and nice and steady, and give him my +10 from exceptional leadership. Great.
Nice.
I actually feel like I can do something now.
Preston told me to know what to do.
So you get 5% per person trying to keep you on task, and prevent you from drinking all of the rum.
Also, Tom, you as a rogue trader, you can do something called like you can grant any person a +10 on something.
Second, you get a +10 from the ship's navigational system, specifically only applying to landing, if you turn it on.
I'll turn that stuff on. Flip.
And does anyone else want to give him any sort of bonuses before this roll?
I wanna try and give him precise readings on the atmosphere.
Does praying help?
Praying to the Emperor.
Yes.
And have some prayer.
If it will help, Alexander will attempt to create unity within the crew, more or less making sure that no one's panicking and no one is slacking from their tasks.
Except for the pilot.
I'm working on it, I'm working on it.
Yes, I will grant him the extra 10 I can do as a rogue trader.
Okay. So you have a total of +25.
That's pretty good, actually.
Go ahead. Make your check. Oh dear God, at +25 you succeed by the skint of your goddamn teeth.
So close! So
I want to illustrate how close this is, because you got 66 out of 67.
Well, the fact that it says 0.01 degrees of success, is it all?
No, Eddie, that's not 0.01. That's point. That's 0.01. What it says on screen is just the lowest number it can display. Statistically, he just made it by 1%.
Can't hold. Wait, hold on. Where is that button? Boop. Yes.
And as soon as you press so you start to try to land the ship, and then the ship starts crashing for a half second, as everyone experiences a few moments of weightlessness for some reason.
And then
he remembers you have landing thrusters that he should turn on.
See, I'm just remembering like one of those scenes from like an old cartoon where like something is falling down towards the ground. Right before it hits the ground, it stops, turns around the proper way, it lands, and just lands perfectly.
You know, throughout this entire landing session, you just hear very loud brain coming from the control.
What's wrong with the kitty cat?
Sir Shells, just use this. Anyone you can walk away from is a good one.
So you guys, after what seems like the most ear-grindingly eternity of 2.5 minutes of descent, land with the grace of a hippo falling from a tree. The hippo's undamaged, but the ground regrets being there.
It's the ground's fault. The ground was asking for it.
How did the hippo get in the tree?
Don't ask, don't tell.
Magical
The
hit.
warp did it. Leave it at that.
It was orcs. Blame the orc.
So, what are you guys up to now?
Can I have that bottle of rum now, please?
But Bertram is looking for a stiff cup of tea after that one.
Alexander will go through the decks, making sure to calm down the men who are probably panicking and praying fervently to their god, who in this year is not listening.
Well, Amber turns back around to his workstation, his cybernetic leg clomping on the deck, and he goes back to plug in the coordinates where they landed into all his recruitment propaganda so people know exactly where to show up.
Yes, all the cat propaganda.
Just follow the streaking fireball that came through the sky.
Just one thing. My neighbor just asked me to go pick up her child. I'm gonna be right back, right?
Okay.
Okay.
But since it is a since the thought sending is apparently a free thing, I don't have to roll for as a psyker, and he's level 3, so he can send images. He's going to send an image of a middle finger right into our pilot's head. So since he's 3, it can only be black and white. So it's a black and white image of a finger, middle finger to our pilot.
What's that supposed to mean?
The rogue trader stands up, pries the armrests of his chair out of his fingers, drops them on it and says, "Somebody get engineering to fix this," and walks off the bridge.
Captain, wait, before you go, can I have that bottle of rum that you'll never drink? Because you said it might be poison.
AFK 1 second.
Okay.
I told you the doctor.
Holtz, when does this say? Why does this say abridged? And am I going to get copyright hit for playing it? This is kind of what they just did.
Random colonist, my fucking house.
Von Holtz,
What did he
I
just
applaud
do?
you. He got it. The scene from Serenity. A leaf on the wind.
Not a fucking leaf or a goddamn boulder of feathers tied on it.
Basically, I mean, you guys made it, at least. You're not dead yet, for now.
As we, Sir Shells, what the hell do you think you're doing? I'm crashing a spaceship.
But yes, Fee, that clip you just showed was pretty much summed up that landing.
Okay. So are you guys going to talk to the locals that are kind of walking out to your ship, some of them with stuff that looks like it was made to salvage your ship, and others kind of walking out like, what in the hell?
I guess the seneschal, I'd better get my arse onto the planet.
Alexander will organize the armsmen, person them at entry points to make sure we don't end up with any more stowaways, or, well, people going inside and scrapping our vessel. It's already barely holding together as is. No, do not remove that piece of gum over there.
Meanwhile, Bertram suggests posting them around the landing legs as well.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. Where's the button for that again? Oh, where's my sticky note? Oh, there it is. Oop.
And somebody upgrade the pilot's sticky notes.
Sybil is probably going to run out of the ship and immediately kiss the ground.
So, yeah, Bertram, sort of, I presume we've got some kind of fairly sizable landing ramp or something which he can make a grand sweeping walk down.
Okay, fair enough.
So, do we?
You get off the ship and it's relatively calm. And
as I say, is there like a ramp that I can make a fairly decent sort of over-the-top entry down?
Oh yeah, there's an actual like full-on landing deployable landing ramp at the bottom of the ship that you can actually roll a tank up into the cargo hold if you so wished.
Excellent. I request to borrow a few of the armsmen to act as an honor guard and make my grand exit off of the ship and start looking for anybody that looks like they might be something vaguely official.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay in the, pilot room and make sure that all my sticky notes are still attached.
I guess Sybil will join what's his name? Bertram.
Bang Tang, got a question.
Yes.
Are the sticky notes attached to you or your equipment?
They're attached to the console and especially nearby buttons.
Well, stop licking them.
But they taste so good.
Hey, that was my line. Who said that? Is that you? Who little freaky sponge-like squirrel dog thing from my past? I thought you died after the first drowning of booze!
Jesus Christ! Did you drown a puppy in booze?
That's a waste of good
What's
booze!
wrong with you?
What's a waste of good booze?
Shit! Why? Why would you do? Actually, hold on. I know exactly what's wrong with my microphone right now.
I love the entire time we're just being idiots and Fiaura's typing away.
How do I sound now?
Little weak.
A little weaker, I'd say about normal, to be honest.
Yeah, I know exactly what's wrong. I must have hit the dials on the controller for the
And
microphone.
hit the volume boost.
Well, yeah, there's about 8 dials on here, including bass and treble, and I looked over and went, wait, my bass and treble aren't supposed to be there. So does this actually sound better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone on stream. I figured out what the problem with the audio was. Apparently in moving the box that controls the microphone, a bunch of dials got moved.
It was me.
Guardsman Kitty McCormick. Oh.
I'm pretty sure the entire, Imperial Guard is just descendant from Kenny McCormick. Except apparently our regiment, who never fucking died.
God.
Cavendish is descending down onto the planet, Amber will be trying to plug into the local planetary data net and see if he can pull up any, like, the local village version of Craigslist, see if someone's actually, like, selling any transportation just in case they need to procure some.
Visit Steve's list on this planet.
Okay, so descending down the ramp, do I spot anybody that looks like they're in charge of, you know, the landing pad that we landed on?
The fire department shows
crashed
up.
into.
Oh, and Sybil is joining Bertram.
Fee?
You guys managed to get down the landing path with a bunch of bewildered farmers and planetary dwellers looking at you rather odd and like, how and why, and one of them walks up and goes, "You crushed my cow!"
Sybil will look at him and it's like, your cow shouldn't have been on the landing pad, now should you have?
Bertram holds up his hand to sort of stifle.
I want you guys to
Sybil.
know that there aren't hive cities. This is an agro world. There aren't really hive cities. There's kind of apartment style hab blocks and the occasional merchant district for people to buy and sell stuff. And there is no landing pad designed for even your small ass fucking ship to land on.
No.
So we kind of landed half on the pad, half in somebody's field.
And as a note, when I say small ass ship, your ship is still a freaking 1.5 miles long.
So, like I say, half on the landing pad, half in a field.
And a quarter into a pasture.
Hence the cow.
What could go wrong?
Your landing ramp is designed for a Bane blade to roll up.
In other words, it's about as wide as the entire landing pad.
Yes. So you guys walking down it, you guys are walking down a landing pad that's like a 1/4 mile in length.
Oh dear. So yeah, as I say, is there anybody vaguely official looking, or is it literally just local yokels?
Should we make a roll for it?
Because we were supposed to be dropping off supplies with the
Someone
PDF.
whoever wants to volunteer, make a reaction check for the locals.
Oh, yes,
What would that check? What would that check be?
Pure fellowship. Whoever wants to throw it.
I've got 47.
I have 41. So you guys, since me and you are the only ones said they were descending.
This doesn't
Any
really-
modifiers? Fake any...
No.
There you go. Wow, what the hell did I roll?
A 7.
Shit, I rolled a 7.
You rolled too short of a crit.
Impressive.
The locals are in awe at your landing and completely bewildered
Oh, puppies.
that you're not that your ship is even capable of doing that. One of them actually walks up to you and asks, "Are you gods?"
By the way, Fee, I thought the 30k was supposed to be more technologically advanced than the 40k.
It's still an agri world.
I'm going to point out
also-
that your ship construction isn't due for another 2,200 years.
Oh.
Frigates capable of landing on planets weren't developed until the 33rd millennium.
Yeah.
But it's under
and-
construction now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's
It's like a
experimental,
beta.
which means they will finish constructing it and probably crash your ship a half dozen times before they get it right.
You forget, I mean, it takes a long ass time to apply all that sacred incense over everything.
And yeah, for even building a frigate in 40k takes like a
Generations.
lifetime, a literal lifetime just to build a frigate. When they build an Emperor class battleship, You'll note that it says it started construction on 29.891, finished construction 31,800.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But if to the guy who literally asked if they're gods, so we'll just look at it and like, no, there's only one god, the Emperor.
At which point, Bertram turns round and instructs Sybil back onto the ship.
No.
In that case, I'll look at two of the armsmen and tell them to drag Sybil back onto the ship.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one who asked.
Yeah, and who's the guy that's supposed to be acting as the front man for the ship in the absence of the rogue trader?
Not me.
That would be me as the senator.
Well, the rogue trader's on the ship. So,
yeah, rogue trader's on the ship. We're off of the ship.
Technically, we're standing on the ramp. We're not off the ship yet.
Men at arms, get him up to the top of the ramp. He can come down when I've finished dealing with this.
Okay. So
what do the men at arms do?
Are you guys done traumatizing me now?
No, not yet.
How is that traumatizing you? I was just asking the two NPCs to move one of the player characters back onto the ship for me momentarily.
Fair enough. So...
Do they?
Eventually the rogue trader is going to come out, see the trouble the seneschal is having with Sybil, and he's going to reach a large hand out, pick Sybil up, carry Sybil back up onto the ship, and chuck him into the landing bay.
Wow, that's even less dignified than the Bertram was.
That's harsh.
Did Jaime just like grab his head like a basketball, palming it, and lift him up like that?
No, that would actually break his neck.
Yeah,
I grabbed him by his shoulder.
I mean,
he is a scrawny little psyker after all.
So if no one disagrees, I'm going to make this a little easy. Just for right now. When you chuck him back, he impacts into what appears to be an inert vehicle that turns on.
Yay!
And as it turns on, the dust and soot and all space debris that was on it is slowly shaken off to reveal what appears to be an unarmed chimera.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Alexander likes.
My impact awoken it. The machine has chosen me.
Also, Sybil takes 3 wounds, ignoring toughness.
Wait, ignoring toughness?
Yes.
That's bullshit. I mean,
it was a full body impact into a armored personnel carrier.
Yeah, but you still get toughness with like impacts and stuff. I could understand ignoring.
I could roll the actual damage roll, or you could just take 3.
GM has spoken.
Frazzle.
Which do you prefer?
I'll just
roll
take 3. I'll just take 3. Where the fuck are my wounds? There they are. Great, now I'm down to that.
Okay, so
the damage from impact is 1d10 plus the Ogren's strength.
What's the Ogren's strength?
55.
Yeah, so I mean, roll a 4 if I can't use toughness. Sybil's pretty much 0.
Yeah, so
no.
take the damage you've been
given. You can apply
given.
toughness and everything, but he would get a full-on damage roll, which means that you're taking the chance that he's going to roll 10.
And again, Sybil would probably end up dead.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to chuck you into that vehicle. I was just chucking you in there and say, "Stay up here."
You didn't even have to chuck him. He wasn't listening to the other guy. He would have listened to the rogue trader.
You made it simple.
I made it more fun.
Yep.
Look at it that way, Chaco. I made it more fun.
and knocked away a third of my wounds.
Didn't mean to do that.
Oh dear. So yeah, Bertram kind of looks up at Jaime to see if Jaime wants to take over talking to the locals or leave it to him.
A problem taken care of is all he says.
Okay.
Okay, so Bertram turns around back to the locals and explains that no, we are not gods.
You need to kill Holtz, Chaco.
Why does he need to kill Holtz?
Simple. Do not get hurt anymore. You need your health for your date.
Oh God!
Sibyl's not the one trying to hurt himself. That's other people.
I just wanted to get him. But you did get a non-working vehicle working. Thank you for that.
Okay.
There will be a bonus for that.
Yeah, and I choose the right to name it.
The SS Big Bird.
No, that's what the other bird is called.
Anyway.
The vehicle shall be named the Little Bird.
Anyway, so Bertram turns back to the locals and calmly explains that no, we are not gods. Our ship is one that we've spent a long time working on to allow it to land so that we may more easily conduct business on planets.
I'm just going to point out that Hitomi gave the actual answer you should always say, you should never say when someone asks, "Are you gods?" No? Then die. If someone asks if you're a god, what do you say?
Yes.
I just said the only god was the Emperor. That's
great.
Yes,
they're starting the cult of the Emperor before it even starts.
And
Congratulations.
we were told not to fuck with the timeline.
Yeah, I think it started in the Great Crusade, but then again, that's a different time.
No, it started. Well, one of the legions kind of went down that route, but it didn't.
Yeah,
actually
Logar, the Lecto Divinitatis.
But it didn't start in the form that we know it as until Gilliman was interned in his sarcophagus.
Yeah, but there's still people who worshipped him. I have all the books.
Doesn't mean that he
Amber gets a little ping that says the Chimera starts up, and he's like, "Oh, that old thing finally works." You puts away what he's doing, and
but it's dark in there.
Walks down into the hangar bay, and he's checking out the Chimera and making sure that should be able to roughly hold not only the crew, but maybe whatever loot that they would find. And
does he get a couple of the Mechanicus to check it over as well?
Well, it seems like the crew compartment would take 3 people, 1 person to operate the communications array, 1 person to basically be the guy who looks out of the hatch and looks around, and 1 person to drive it. And the rear compartment has space for what appears to be about 12 soldiers.
So, in other words, a fairly standard Chimera.
Yeah, just not one with guns or ports for your guns.
So, crew and a few red shirts, okay.
Can I get like the local Lex mechanics on a ship and so forth to like arrange a towed rig to store extra cargo? Because we're here to loot after all.
There does not appear to be a towed rig anywhere on board. You would probably have to procure or construct it, which is time and effort.
All right, good.
Let's decide what we're hauling back onto the ship, and then decide on that. But anyway, so yes, trying to placate the locals to not try and horribly murder us.
Mortar's bad.
So, am I going with the whole yes we are gods, or am I going with the
Yes, you're a god.
sweetened truth?
We are messengers of the God Emperor.
Oh, so when he says it's okay, but when I say it, it's wrong.
Well, I'm drunk, just overhearing this and and I forgot how to turn my comm on, so for a second.
Oh God, Fee, how you have any brain cells after this, I do not know.
More sticky notes.
Okay, so before I start speaking, what story are we going with?
Let's stick to the truth.
Okay. So, Captain says stick to the truth.
Okay.
So yes, I go back along with my original line of thinking, explaining that no, we're not, and that we've got a specially modified ship to allow us to make landings and allow us to conduct our business with people much more easily. I also drop mention that we do have crew spaces available.
I'm
if anybody
imagining
wants
that's
to join
happening with the pilot right now, Hitomi. Is one of you going, he's drunk! Someone turns and says, but the pilot's always drunk. Then you look at the pilot and he's upending a flask.
So Crow.
Yes.
Crow.
Oh my god, I just made Crow!
He's drunk.
Actually,
He's
with
always drunk.
With the look of that landing, yes, you did. Somehow, Ruby has made it into the 30th millennia.
God damn it! You guys corrupt everything.
The Mojing will begin.
No, Fiaura, that was your fault.
To be fair, I was touched by a keeper of secrets and given some insanity points. So technically, this is my job.
Oh, God.
Well, he has a reason.
God damn it. I can't even play Grimdark without ponies or fucking anime infecting it. It's worse than a Tyranid gene stealer virus. It's more prolific than that.
Hey, come on. You know we never stick to Grimdark for that.
Hey, my backstory is Grimdark, as long as you don't mind,
So are you guys heading to the, heading straight to the tomb, or are you conducting business first?
Well, like I say, I do believe we were given the landing site as a part of the whole deal with the PDF, so I presume there's at least some PDF officer around here.
Well...
Or a communication indicating
while
what
you're
we should
looking,
do.
About 3 companies of PDF have arrived, fully armed, with 2 platoons of armor support.
How did I miss?
Oh no, what?
You know our little rogue trader vessel?
Yes.
Well, apparently it's about 3 times bigger than anything that can land on a planet in this time period.
Yeah, so what happened next?
We've kind of awestruck and scared the locals at the same time, including apparently an entire armor division of PDF just turned up.
Well, no, I said 3
Oh, so
companies of
haven't done
infantry
anything
with
yet.
2
Good.
platoons of armor support.
Are we going to prison again, Captain? I was going to say.
I was only following orders over the comms.
Read what I just typed out, Sir Shells.
Oh God.
And the first thing they notice is that you have a lance battery turret that's bigger than any of the guns they have. So they actually pointed their guns at you, and some horrible poor first lieutenant has been made to walk up and ask, "What the hell, man?"
Ours is.
Can I talk to the first lieutenant since I am also dressed like Imperial Guard?
Oh, I'm giving somebody a hug, kisses that.
I'd like a ton of paper and a note 200 pens, please.
Crew, do you want to talk to the lieutenant, or do we want to go with our plan first?
That's no knife. This is a knife.
Whose plan?
The one I just mentioned to you over messages.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that plan, but let me give a word to the lieutenant first.
Okay. So, how about you let me see that I'm talking?
During the process of their arguing, that said lieutenant was made to go up here after the commissar pulled out a bolter and pointed it at him.
So, standard Imperial Guard.
The commissar hasn't let the bolter back into its holster yet. He's kind of got it in his hand with his arms crossed, waiting to see if he needs to shoot the lieutenant. The lieutenant. So you will also notice there's a captain standing next to the commissar, leaning over and whispering to him.
Fiaura, might I add that I found a commissar's hat on the ship and I'm using it?
Don't do that. Do not do that. Please do not do that.
Do it. Do it.
Will do.
You will be shot for that. You do know that.
Yes. I would rather not upset the commissar armed with the bolter backed up by an armed detachment of PDF.
I am not gonna piss him off. I'm just gonna say to the lieutenant, to guide the lieutenant to the captain, who he can talk to.
Or maybe, seeing as I'm actually on the ground talking to people, I can talk to them?
So,
I didn't notice that.
I've been told to ask which one of you's in charge.
Hi, this bag of hugs.
The captain points to the captain.
Hold!
Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. You're most appreciated, sir. But again, he looks around and goes, which one of you's in charge?
So, yeah, a bunch of us point at Jaime.
Fee.
And he looks up at the ogre and goes, oh dear God, they're pirates.
do I overhear that?
He gets this look in his face. Remember, that's one of my things. I have to take insults to heart. I storm down there up to the lieutenant, pick him up, walk over to his captain and say, unless you want this man needs to either be disciplined for insulting me, or I wished my right to challenge him to a duel for insulting me, calling me a pirate.
The commissar snickers under his breath.
Let me guess, that lieutenant was on the commissar's shit list.
And looks over at the captain, and she just kind of looks back and goes, you can fight him if you want. I'm not punishing him for that one. That was actually kind of funny.
One dead lieutenant.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say, but I also borrowed a bolt pistol, so I'm really looking the part of a commissar.
The lieutenant looks up and goes, did I just get challenged to a duel?
The captain walks to our non-pirate and tries to separate you. If you're gonna duel, then do it someplace where you not destroy stuff. And she does in the most commissar way possible.
You're adorable because you're like 4'9" trying to move an 8-foot+ tall person.
I'm not moving, I'm just pushing them apart.
Fee, can I do something?
Sure.
I'm going to, well, after chugging that flask of water, going to realize that it's water and try to get up out of my seat and accidentally knock the joystick that controlled the giant cannon to point in the general direction of the squad.
Are we just trying to get ourselves horribly murdered?
Point in the direction of the squad as it is mounted on the top of the ship in a turret.
Oh, thank you.
Then what was the joystick I bumped?
Oh, it moves the cannon, but it doesn't actually... It can't aim underneath the ship.
Alexander, upon seeing this...
So... Tom, the lieutenant has asked you if he's actually being challenged to a duel. You return with a pair of boxing gloves and a combat knife.
Butterbar is what a second lieutenant is called.
Can I request...
It's a fair fight.
She looks at the lieutenant. The Pepper looks at the lieutenant. That's the best commissarial score.
No. See, Tom, are you actually... Did you actually issue... Okay, so... At that point, the lieutenant goes, but I thought the one being challenged got to pick the weapons.
Do you want me to have a comparable weapon to you, Lieutenant?
Can I just take back my insult? It kind of looks at you with that smile of, please?
Big Red starts flying overhead like a vulture.
Can I
Okay, I need an apology.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were a legitimate traitor. I kind of expected anyone who looks like a massive overgrown death orc going to be a pirate. My apologies.
I'm gonna look at the lieutenant's eyes with the best commissarial scowl that I possibly can and say, "You will not do such thing ever again, sir. If I ever have to see your face around the ship calling any of my crew pirates, I will have a little talk with you."
At the point of mentioning my crew, Bertram walks up to the cat and drags her back to the ship.
She's still ranting and calling the lieutenant names for calling them pirates, and also saying that they are here on the God Emperor's mandate. We ought to mention the God part.
I look at Kura as she's dragged away and just shake my head and say, fanatics. Lieutenant, I will accept your apology.
Can I just say at the moment, we're worse than fricking Firefly.
Yeah.
Yep, and I'm okay with it.
You know, I kind of gotta give that one to you. So here's my next question that I'm going to regret. What do you say after the lieutenant's on the ground groveling?
Since I'm far away, I'm just gonna murder. The captain's decision is final.
Yeah, well, as you're not the captain, guess what?
I'm still gonna shoot him in the head if he calls us pirates again, even in a slip-up.
Oh, by the way, as I'm dragging you back to the ship, I take your cap off and throw it to the captain.
And for that, you just entered my shit list.
At the moment, for pulling that stunt, you've been on the Bertram shit list a lot longer.
I hate to say it, yeah.
The captain catches the hat and without thinking wipes his nose with it.
Hang on, pass that again, Piney. What the fuck did you just do?
Blew his nose on your commissar stroke captain hat.
So, are we?
I let the lieutenant off and say, apology accepted, Lieutenant.
Okay.
He's then going to stride over to the captain and say, Captain, we have set up a sale of laser rifles rations, and uniforms with, well, the Seneschal has set up the deal. We have all of that on board ship, plus a few other things.
Right.
Seneschal.
So I guess I should call logistics and start unloading that.
Once I'm okay, I will put it this way: when the Seneschal says the deal is done, it's all yours. We'll help you unload it. We'll even help load it onto your transport.
So, as I'm probably hearing that as I'm dragging the cat away, I with my free hand thumbs up the captain and head up to the bridge to come through to the PDF to confirm the sale, and then let Tom know that the sale's gone through. Well, at least.
And why do I think of Kuru acting like a cat that's being taken to a bath?
Oh no!
Because that's exactly what's happening.
Oh no, not that. She's about to strike the big guy with her chainsword on the blade side.
Bad idea.
When
Not bad idea. You enter in. He just entered the bottom of her shit list. That's instant kill.
Okay, when you're 4 foot tall, your shit list ain't very tall.
Yeah.
Also, the kitty cat was sabotaging the negotiations. That's bad enough when you do it to Bertram as the Seneschal. To do it with the captain there.
I'll say this: if the kitty cat hits me with her chain sword and somebody tells me about it, the kitty cat's in trouble.
You do realize I have canisters of Promethean wrapped around me, right? You've messed with me, I blow up in a fireball that probably destroys the ship.
No, Promethean's not that strong. You
Also,
die, maybe someone around you dies.
You've basically just threatened that you've got a bunch of petrol cans strapped to you and you're going to set fire to them.
Dear God.
At worst, there'll be a little black carbon soot mark around where the fire was. That's the most damage you'll do to the ship, and maybe scorch the paint on Chimera.
Seriously, Hattie, I'm seriously thinking of just, igniting one of the barrels right now and burning myself just to, what's the word? Just to save myself the trouble of having to hear your voice again.
The trauma is real.
Oh, by the way, and as Bertram is dragging you away, he is also actually ranting at you about the proper protocol for negotiations.
Alexander...
She's not listening.
Alexander, upon seeing Bertram's rant, will walk over to Bertram and say, "It is not your place to discipline the crew. That is clearly my task. Not to mention it is just rude to do it. Really, even if she is dissipate orders and whatnot. Not to mention it is a bad idea to be so mean to someone with such a explosive personality."
Wow.
In that case, Bertram walks up to you, drops the cat at your feet, and explains that she was sabotaging the negotiations. I'll leave that with you, and walks away.
Okay then. I'm just gonna let that one go.
Sybil is still in the hangar watching all this while sitting on the jeep and laughing at everything.
No, you've got a concussion.
No one said that. You didn't have to make no roll for my concussion. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not making him roll for a concussion yet.
Yeah.
Alexander will help the cat go up and... we'll say so. Please, follow
Stop
me.
it. Think well of your words, because your crotch may be getting crushed in the near future.
Oh God, Cooper's occupied Kuru.
I am...
That's my cat girl snoo snoo.
No, I'm thinking more along the lines of how did Cooper protect his crown jewels last time?
Hand grenade.
I understand that. Hopefully, as you know, I've just helped you up. I am not dragging you away.
She stares him dead in the eyes and punches his crotch for that, and walks back to her quarters.
Wow, can't take gratitude at all, can she?
She's the fanatic. She has the most attitude of all of us.
Clearly.
Can I just say we've turned the entire scene into one huge anime episode?
Yeah!
So, do I roll for damage?
Do you actually try to hit him?
Yes, I try to
have to
punch
roll.
his crotch.
You'd have to roll for it. Which, it's minus what for like a directed shot? 20?
So it's what that I should roll?
Weapon skill.
With what modifier?
Minus 20. Fiaura, what do you think about going up?
You swing so wildly you almost punch yourself.
You failed to hit the crotch.
Alexander was saying...
All of this going on while there's a negotiation down the ramp.
Like I say, we've turned this episode into an anime episode.
I mean, it was bad enough when Sybil just started bursting about the Emperor, and now it's this. Oh god.
Alright, the cat girl has enough. She's gonna sit by Sybil and just be grumpy and pouty.
Alexander will go up to the captain and ask, may I please have the commissariat for disposal, of course.
Sundari Nico much?
I'm just going to point out that I just held up to the screen a perfectly clean coin from the 1600s.
Let me guess, that's what you've been doing while this drama's kicked off.
I don't have to do anything. I don't have to write. I don't have to play a character. I can just listen to you guys beat the shit out of each other for the sake of establishing who's higher in the pecking order. So I can just sit back and relax and laugh.
That's why Sybil's staying the fuck out of this.
No. Not Sundari Nico much. Nico that wishes it was a Sundari.
Bang is gonna...
We are 3 away from getting the next custom emote, King Bronze. So 3 more people have to go, I want to pay $5 a month for this person, then we get another custom emote. Also,
Bang is going
also,
to...
apparently at 100 sponsors, we get like a physical thing sent to us.
Bang is going to activate his comms button and say, hello, is this thing on?
The cat girl will answer, yes, it's on. Stop being obnoxious and say your message already.
Hey, Sybil, where's the shuttle again?
Sybil is slowly thinking, like, could I just freeze the man's tongue off and then rip it out? It would be so quick, so easy. He keeps these thoughts to himself, but he's thinking about it.
This is also out of character. Now, I don't think the prince would like that very much.
Don't matter what the fucking prince, what the puppy wants. Sybil will still do it.
Fair enough. At this time, Some guys from the Adeptus Mechanicus have come up the ramp, escorted by about a half-dozen laborers and a squad of Planetary Defense Force guardsmen, and go, can we unload the ship now that while you guys are still beating the shit out of each other, or do we need to wait till it's done?
A bit out of character, the cat girl cannot interrupt anymore, so she's just sitting by Sybil on the cargo bay being grumpy.
I guess it's Bertram Cavendish's job to talk to the Mechanicus, since Tom has left.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's just sitting on the cargo bay being grumpy and pouty.
In that case, I make sure the astropath and the cat girl are sat on top of the chimera so they're not getting in the way, and direct the Mechanicus and everybody else involved to where the equipment is that we're offloading.
Okay.
And kind of keep half an eye on them to make sure they don't unload anything they shouldn't.
Nope, they start loading it onto the to the autograv pallets, and just quietly try to ignore all of the things that are going on.
I also make sure none of the crew try to talk to them, make sure they don't say anything that's going to land us in even more trouble.
Oh, you know, you're probably in a lot of trouble.
Well, that's what I said, even more.
I'm gonna go catch something to eat, be right back.
So, how are you guys? Unloading takes about an hour and a half. Are you guys gonna start driving out to the through the snow? That's to the north of you.
So, Hitomi, do we have a rough location or a rough area we need to be thinking about to look for this artifact?
By rough location, yes. You have some grid coordinates.
We have a shuttle pod type thing, don't we?
You could take that and the Chimera.
Well, I was thinking if we could overfly the area with an Auspex scanner or something. That might help.
Do we trust the pilot again?
Hey, I think I got the hang of this! Hey, what's this big red button do?
Well, our alternative is that we do everything huffing it. While the Chimera will help us get there and back, I don't know how much good it's going to be to actually help us with scanning. Whereas at least if we're scanning from overhead, we've got a wider view of the area.
I mean, we could send the pilot alone to do that, so in case he crashes, only he dies.
How many shuttles do we have?
I don't know. That's why I said where was the shuttle?
That's a question to Fiaura.
Yeah. Fee? How many shuttles do we have?
You have 2 chimeras.
No,
shuttle.
Flying
Shuttles?
thing.
0.
But you said we had one. You asked us if we wanted to go down the planet alone in our shuttle.
No, I asked if you wanted to get a shuttle. That means rent one. You don't have a landing bay. You don't have shuttles.
A local shuttle probably means a local pilot.
Oh my.
Okay, what did I miss?
Nobody died.
Nobody died. Currently, the Mechanicus is unloading the stuff, and we're planning on. Do we just drive out to the?
Say something.
Alexander's asking for the commissariat so he may dispose of it.
Dispose of what?
The snot rag of a hat.
I thought Captain was going to get that washed and handed back to the kitty cat.
Yeah, he'll add it to his laundry and give it back to the kitty cat when his laundry comes back, cleaned and pressed.
But currently, we're deciding if we should head out to the place now, or the relics of Emir found, or what else? I mean, I see no reason not to just head out there. At least do a quick drive.
Quick question. Really daft question. Are there any satellites orbiting the planet with photo capability that we have access to?
No.
Or that we could ask to borrow access to?
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure the guard has a few. Or actually, the army now at this point. So yeah, Imperial.
Well, no, it's the PDF.
But yeah, but it's still the Imperial Army now instead of a guard.
Alexander, sorry. It also may be useful before we head out there, possibly to talk to the locals to see what they possibly know of the region, or if they have any rumors or tales pertaining to the artifact.
Or not necessarily the artifact, but because they might not know what it is, but ask them if there are any, because we've got a general area, so ask them if there are any rumors pertaining to those areas. Any superstitions or anything like that?
Dozens, actually. The list is very, very long.
Is there a public database? Is there a public database of these rumors, or are we going to have to just walk around asking people?
Hold on.
Bless you.
Ah, God, that actually hurts. I'm glad you like me, Zio. There isn't a public database because the vast majority of these rumors are quote-unquote, what's the term I'm looking for here?
They're not politically correct.
Banned from being allowed to be read.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, it's the Imperial truth. There are no gods, there are no demons. There is only man.
Apparently.
I mean, besides asking someone or literally kidnapping someone and interrogating them for the answers, those are really only choices.
Yeah, unless so rumors range from things like apparently what equates to a mechanical yeti roaming the waste, abducting people and then gutting their insides to fuel its innards, to a literal description of a dragon made of metal.
Okay, so the thing in common there is it's something that's metallic or robotic in nature, and it roams around killing people.
Yes.
What did I miss?
Apparently, the locals believe there's some kind of weird metal thing that kills people around the area we're going to, so yay fun.
Also, I firmly approve of this happening in an RPG one day. Hey guys, playing Kill It With Fire just made her horny. What do we do now?
Well,
kill it with ice.
I was going to say, if this was an 18+ stream, I'd have an answer for that.
I was just going to say kill it with ice. Because, I mean, if fire makes it horny, then ice...
Hey, Cult of Slanesh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want to kill it with fire, you might want to bring me along. Just saying.
You're welcome, Fiaura. You're welcome for that.
So, yeah, something like that. We could use having some kind of heads up what we're getting into. Just suggesting, you know?
I mean, this is kind of Amer's idea, so tell me your thoughts. Do we just head out there? Now that we got the...
Wow, Varna, why not just give it away to everyone?
Oh, it's FNAF, isn't it?
No, it's
yeah, that's probably true.
No, it's not FNAF, though. I was hoping it wasn't that obvious. If you are talking, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yes.
Alright, so I was saying, now that Sybil and Marcy has helpfully been set on top of the Chimera, and Marcy's had her white chocolate, so her mood's improved, Amer climbs inside the Chimera, and he gives a little knock, and he calls out to Marcy to get in the hatch and be ready, and he turns on the Chimera, and he turns the Vox in the Chimera into the shipboard station to pick up some, like, jaunty, inspirational music that's being broadcast for the crew. And he starts rumbling it down the ramp, and he's tells Marcy, "Alright, showtime. We got all these locals here. Inspire them."
Oh, God, they're going on a recruitment drive. A literal drive at that.
Apparently.
Alright.
Sybil is not being a part of this. He's
So,
getting
wait, while all the commotion was going off, were you busy taping the promotional poster to the side of the Chimera?
Yes, I think so. Wasn't it, Tommy?
Yep. So there's, like, Catgirl maid, Catgirl swimsuit, Catgirl priestess, etc., etc. With, like, join the adventure and so on and so forth.
On screen right now for stream is what I literally feel like I'm going through.
So the Catgirl gets on top of the Chimera. Is it on? Is the Fox Healer is transmitting her voice?
Yeah.
Come on,
I'm gonna
come
take a
on.
drink because this is too much.
Oh my.
Can I start already?
Sure.
Come on, come all. The adventure awaits in the void beyond. By the Emperor's mandate, you can. Excuse me, hang on, ignore that. Come to our ship and enjoying this adventure through the void. With the Emperor's blessing, you will see places, exotic places, and see many riches come to you. And she goes on saying how awesome it is to travel the void with a rogue trader, and embellishing how it's going to be.
Okay. Make a fellowship roll.
Just watch me butcher this rogue.
Specifically, a charm roll.
As I have the exceptional leader trait, I'll actually be giving her little cues and hints along the way with her speech to give her a +10 to it.
Cool. Make a charm roll to see if you can actually give the +10.
All right.
Failure.
Okay. You have a charm roll at +10.
So it's charm modifier +10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just watch that.
You're the best.
You're the best.
I mean, I should
all
get.
around.
I should get a automatic +10 for the adorable trait.
Well, I'm hoping all the recruitment propaganda I've been doing actually impacts the raw effect.
Just get +10 to the charm.
I don't think it matters with that roll.
That's not Kuramachi's roll, I don't think. Kuramachi hasn't rolled yet.
The Marcelo, the 4.9, that's her roll, yeah?
That's me.
Oh.
Yeah, she rolled a 7.
I guess we're recruiting an army?
I'll let you know the results of your recruitment when you get back from your adventure.
Fair enough.
And as we finish up the tour, you know, like I pull over in the Chimera and I step out and I have a big grin on my face. I kind of like nod up to Marcy and like, yeah, the cat girls are real. We didn't just make it up.
I mean, there's no way it can be fake since I'm standing on top of a chimera speaking to them.
Oh yeah, I'm just like emphasizing it because it's a selling point.
Also, might I add that she just tucked in her robes a little bit, making her figure stand out a little bit just for that extra effect.
Okay. Sure.
There's some extreme levels of heresy going on right now. Let's get to killing something.
What's funny is Sybil was on top of the Chimera too. That's where Bertram set him down, so he was kind of along for the ride.
No, he's just chilling, laying his back on the turret.
I mean, Sybil got put where he got put, so I guess he's staying there.
So you're part of the spectacle.
You just have really weird cat girl, and then all of a sudden, just sitting at the back of the truck, just some really annoyed looking psyker with a bird, occasionally staring at people. Like, I could murder you, or I could murder you. It's all going on in his head, but still.
You know, I'd like to think that Sybil is actually propped against the turret with sunglasses on, just enjoying the show while the cat girl does
chilling out.
Thing. Just chilling out.
No, but it's for the pun factor of it. This is heresy. Can we get onto the main story?
Yeah, whenever you guys want to get the damn chimera and go.
Hit the microbeat and I tell the captain, I finished up the recruitment drive. We should have promising results within a day or two. We're ready to head out at any time.
Heine walks out, sets a piece of heat shielding on the back engine deck of the Chimera, sits on that and says, "Everybody board up, I'm boarded."
Alexander will
go ahead.
We'll join the captain.
I'll just stay in the cockpit and try to, you know, study for takeoff.
Well,
no, you get your butt down here and help.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go put my flag equipment on top of my robes just so I don't get shot and die immediately.
I would suggest everybody go and get their combat gear.
Oh yeah, she's gearing up. She's getting her flamer, her pistol, her chainsword, especially the chainsword.
Will second that and says, "Rooms like this often prove to be quite dangerous. You better be prepared for trouble."
Let's all just time skip that with a montage sequence, and then I'll get onto the fucking thing.
Okay, so what did I miss?
We're finally fucking getting on to the... We're doing the Monty Python and the get on with it already.
Alright, so grabbing combat gear is what I've just heard.
Yes.
I suggest everybody grab combat gear just in case.
I'm always in my combat gear.
So am I.
Can I?
So am I.
You're in a jock strap. That's not combat gear.
Shut up!
By the way, so Shells, did
He
you
has a
say
point.
read what I did to that bottle of water you thought you drank?
No, what did you do to it?
It was water after I passed. It was water until I passed it through my kidneys.
Wow.
I mean, he's
Hey,
drunk.
I voided my bladder while he was
Just
doing that hair-raising.
Really,
landing.
guys?
Well,
What?
not like I could tell the difference, because, well...
Had a bit of wanging taste in it.
Don't ask me what I used to drink back in the cult days.
Get on with
You
that.
are adorable. All right.
Sophia.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to grab all my stuff. I'm also going to grab a data pad which has got various key bits of information about Archaeotech items and the locations they've been found, just in case it's useful.
Alright.
So we'll grab his stuff, the weird, evil book that apparently he has, and the heresy book. And he'll also grab the common history part, apparently, especially whatever sections are about Space Marine, the Angry Marine, so he finds out what might happen to him if he's missing at 7 o'clock.
The other thing I would suggest is if anybody has any armor-piercing or anti-vehicle weapons.
Oh, we'd have to roll for that.
Well, I have a flamer, if that's anything.
Yeah, all I got is a power sword, a hand cannon, and a shotgun pistol.
Power sword should be good.
Okay. That... So, are you guys going to drive straight to the coordinates? No details.
I guess.
Alright, you arrive at the coordinates. There is a sign outside of what looks like a cave that says, "All ye who enter here will not return."
Let's get.
Captain, is this the place? You sure we didn't make a wrong turn?
According to your geometers, you were precisely at the coordinates Hitomi provided.
I'm just gonna say we should give a quick prayer to the Emperor before going in, just in case.
Yes,
I am
Emperor
critical with
agrees
this
and
proposal.
takes a knee.
Alexander will say.
Yea, though I dwell in the valley of death, I shall feareth no evil. Because I'm badder than most anything else in the valley. Except for my wife.
Whoever's on my side, for my house is holy, and my flamer is pure.
I don't know, if you're gonna do that, you should do like some actual imperial prayer. Spiritus Dominatus Dominae Liberatus from the lightning and the tempest, our Emperor deliver us from plague and temptation of war, and our Emperor deliver us from the scourge of the Kraken.
Hike.
The cat girl actually claps to Sybil because that was pretty damn good.
That is the Fedius Imperialis, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
she knows. She's just clapping because she thinks you did it pretty well.
Question.
Answer.
Is there such a thing? Should we all, if we like wait and ask for the blessing from the Emperor, from Kuru, or whoever our religious type is, would that help us any? Other than spiritually?
You don't actually know.
Do it just in case.
Okay. So you guys get there, and do you go in the cave?
I will go first since.
Do we have any scanning equipment on the Chimera?
The Chimera detects large amounts of metal nearby. That's about all it can do.
I don't suppose anybody thought to bring a hand or specs over them.
A what?
Hand scanner.
Oh, hold on, let me check my gear.
Emmer gives a smile and he says, I trust my instincts.
I would have, but I literally don't have any tech use apparently.
So, anybody going in?
I'll lead.
Let me get this straight. We're playing the Star Trek away party and nobody even brought a hand scanner.
Yep.
I forgot my tricorder.
I have a tricorder on me.
Can Sybil psychically detect if there's anything?
You can try. Make a psionicist check.
Open up Sybil's thing again. Where the fuck is the psionicist button? There it is. I'm like, where the fuck is the button?
I should have tech use for the RP, but
oh, and I also get an extra degree because Big Bird has the psychic thing, so it's 2.3.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
There is an overwhelmingly obscene amount of psychic presence inside that cave.
Simple, just look at it and it's like, oh shit, some warp shit is
now
going
that
down.
you've turned on your psionicist and actually are looking through your third eye, it physically makes your skin crawl.
Where is it crawling to?
It causes you to burst into a cold sweat. And even makes you cry a single tear of blood to sense it.
Damn.
Yep, there's some serious.
Just let me know if you
shit
leave
going
that on or not, okay?
No, Sybil's gonna be like, oh fuck no.
Does anyone take notice of this? Does anyone ask him anything about it, or are you just all going to ignore the psycho?
No, well, as I said, Sybil was going to declare. I was going to say, as he detected it, Sybil's going to be like, oh, there's warp fuckery in there. There's a lot of warp fuckery in there.
Fuck me, it's the Keeper.
Bertram looks at the bolter slung in front of him, looks down at his hip and pulls out the hand flamer.
You know, Von Holt, you're right. I don't have a lot to do because the players do 90% of the things that I would, like to have happen, or do it for me, and then I cry inside.
Or just go off some strange tangent that nobody should ever dream is possible.
Alright. So, you guys
Sybil,
begin heading into the cave.
before they do that, mostly because he's not entirely sure if those prayers work, he's also going to do a few psychic wardings on himself and the bird. That's all.
Okay.
So remember, a warding is invocation plus 20.
Oops.
It's only bad if he fails by 3 degrees. Then it's really bad. That just means he gets no more wards.
That moment you're trying to type something, and you end up using the wrong home keys, and it types it out in a foreign language, and then you don't realize that you just spelled hentai in Finnish.
What the fuck?
That's
First off,
what just happened on my other screen.
Talent.
But yes, the warding rolls is invocation plus 20. There's no bad effect unless you fail of 3 degrees or more, of which then you get a negative to willpower rolls. Just a straight failure has nothing, and for every degree of success it is a plus 10 to will, but since you failed on your -5, nothing happens. Just, yeah. So it's not that bad of a failure ahead of you.
Let me guess, you're going to put it down to...
Are you guys going in yet, or are you all sitting out here debating if the Psyker should be shot?
Well, Psychic kind of did his job. He, warp fuckery was detected, and he let us know. I think he gets to live for another session.
So, Captain, what do you think?
The Ogren, as he's walking by Sybil, says, "How's the head feeling?"
Would you like a truthful answer? Like a Grox just stepped on it. So,
Did not mean to. He's saying that as his way of saying sorry.
The cat girl is gonna nudge Alexander and say, "Keep a bolter trained on the Psyker. I feel like he's gonna be a liability."
Oh, motherfucker.
Alexander will give a small nod. Well, let's just move it. This player's bow, not aiming it, just having it at the way in case there's something comes out of the cave or something.
I love how they're already planning on killing me. I've literally done nothing wrong.
So,
No, it's not gonna
Bertram,
count.
carry on.
Yeah, she's not gonna kill Sabo unless he turns into a warp abomination. Until then, she's just suspicious and cautious around him.
Basically, don't trust the Psyker.
Yeah, normal stuff.
Standard 40k Imperium operating procedure. Don't trust the bloody Psyker.
But
Exactly.
who's walking into Hell Cave first?
The Ogren.
Okay, because Sybil ain't doing it.
Alexander will say, before the captain before he walks in, may it possibly be best to draw it out and using the mouth of the cave as a choke point?
It's the warp. You can't draw out the fucking warp.
He has a point. The warp will come to you when the warp wants to come to you.
The warp is a fucking asshole. I should know.
God damn it! I'm having flashbacks.
So, yeah, so have we actually gone into the cave yet?
Yes, you have.
Because I was going to say that Bertram pulls out a torch in one hand and has the...
it's only just beyond the outside light that you run into a door. I'm getting the image uploaded now.
Oh, where the fuck are we beginning at?
Top.
Nope, bottom left.
Oh, okay.
If you will kindly all zoom in for a moment, you will see the door that you have run into. There appears to be some sort of podium where a guard would normally stand. And as you get closer... Let me get this guy uploaded. Come on, roll 20. Thank you.
Great massive effigy of the Emperor.
No.
Flaming Space Marine.
This guy appears.
Mechanicus guy.
He is, however, semi-transparent, almost like a hologram, except for the Psyker knows he's a ghost.
I can just tell that.
Yes, there's no roll. Is it psychic? Yes. Clearly it's not a hologram, it's a ghost. Also, when it speaks directly into your mind where everyone else listens to it through their ears.
We seem to be presented with a phantasm, of some sort. This is interesting. Normally they're more roam.
It inhales and lets out a heavy sigh.
So you said it speaks. You said it was speaking to us. So what was it saying?
If I get a chance to talk, I'll say what it's going to say, but I have to wait for you guys to finish.
Sorry.
Yeah, so the cat girl is with her sensor, just swinging heat.
She brought the incense.
If you
She brought the
open
incense and
this
it's up,
door, you don't get to leave without forever being altered. Only the bravest of souls should dare. At which point, the image disappears. And inside of the door, at the just below the God Emperor's feet, there appears a lever that seems to kind of meld out of the door and then appears there in the downward position.
Intriguing.
Yeah, but Amir, we're not the faithful-hearted. We're rogue traders.
Who said that was mutually exclusive?
What could go wrong?
Marcy is obviously it isn't.
Well, Mercy's the most faithful here, so this sort of stuff just doesn't scare her. She's like, the God Emperor protects me, bitch.
Oh, a loaded gun never hurt.
A loaded flamer never hurt.
Oh no, that was a reference to a John Hurt quote. It's like, someone was like, the Emperor protects, and he's like, a loaded bolter helps.
A loaded bolter helps.
Well, the Emperor only...
That is the probably only good scene of the Space Marine movie. But again,
it's a case
John
of
motherfucking Hurt, so...
It's a case of the Emperor protects those who help themselves. So.
Emmer looks over to the captain and he says, "By your leave, may I examine the doorway?"
Jaime looks at all of this, hears people talking, and finally says, "The hell with this. For Gunther." He walks up and he pulls the lever. Or pushes it, whichever it has to do.
It has to go up, but yeah, you push it up. The door opens with what appears to be the scream of 100 people being massacred all at once.
Oh, Friday night.
Yay,
inside, you were met with a
Justin
chamber that on the opposite end here has another visage of the door, but that's clearly a wall. There is a broken and shattered remains of a wooden door over here that you can take, as well as what appears to be a center of worship that has been badly damaged. In addition to this, you see what appears to be a suit of armor lying on the ground, shattered into pieces. When I say a suit of armor, most of it is unrecognizable. There is a symbol of the Imperium on one of the pauldrons, but you're pretty sure that might have used to have been a Space Marine.
Oh,
the armor, for the most part, is broken into so many different pieces that at this point it literally is just scrap ceramite and adamantine.
Whereabouts is that?
Hold on.
The cat girl is gonna advise people not to touch the armor.
But I can make some good trinkets from that.
Do not touch the armor. It may be a trap.
Like I say, whereabouts is it?
Working on it.
I mean,
Roll 20
Sybil
is,
can call up his date and see if they have any of the sisters missing.
If anything, we can try and gather up the armor as we're leaving. And then see if the Space Marines can identify the remains of whatever this may have belonged to.
Is there a loose pebble?
You're gonna keep the door open with a pebble.
Yeah, there's loose pebbles all over the place.
I don't think it'd be a good enough door stop.
Alexander will just kind of lightly toss the pebble near the collection of shattered armor fragments. Just kind of like a light toss.
So, resolve what?
It bounces off of it harmlessly.
Okay, so Bertram walks up to it with his light in his hand and shines it over the suit of armor. Is there any coloration left on it?
Yes.
Okay,
This
what color?
definitely belonged to an angry Marine. And the only way you can tell that is after you piece together the opposite shoulder pauldron to piece together the symbol of the chapter. In this case, the Legion.
Okay. Is there any indication how long it's been here, apart from a very long time?
You're not sure, but there's no biological matter left inside. Or if there even ever was. There's no blood, there's no stains, nothing.
No skeletal remains or anything like that?
Not a single scrap of skeleton. There's not even a hair to be found.
Oh shit, that's the long ass time if there's no hair left.
And again, there's no blood stains on any of it. Like, even as you examine every piece and try to, like, put together what appears to be a semi-intact upper torso, because there's no leg pieces, there's no blood, there's no guts, there's no gore. You would suspect that the inside of the armor would be permanently stained, and it's not.
Okay. Even then, you've still got a biological body. Do you know how long bone lasts? Or hair lasts?
This is also the warp. That means time doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but still. Okay. In that case, is it's angry Marine? Maybe leave it there and let them know we found it when we leave.
I can make contact now. I mean, I'm
just thinking, if we're going around looting things, then maybe we don't want anybody official down here just yet.
I just thought, according to the chart, to make orbit contact, it's instant.
Yes, and maybe we would like to conduct our search down here without any officials nosying around inspecting what we're taking.
Let's search this place.
Sybil, shut the fuck up. Let's just move on and forget about calling anyone for now.
The ship knows we're here. We can always put a call through to them if we disappear.
Can all microbeads or other communicator equipment even be able to exit this cave?
Probably not.
I mean,
they're limited to like a 1 kilometer range. You could walk by walls.
I mean, we could close the door on you all and see if you guys can talk to us through the door.
Anyways, can I, like, date what the ruins are, or tell, like, what sort of era they come from, or when they were last occupied, or...
Yes?
Want me to roll for it, or...?
If you want to try to determine when they were last occupied, yes, you need to roll for it.
I've got Archaeotech, so I can throw in assistance.
Alright.
So, do I need to roll first to see if I can lend him assistance or hinder him?
Sure.
Archaeotech, where's it gone? There. Any modifiers?
No.
Nope, no help at all on this one.
Useless fool. Leave it to the professionals.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
Watch me fail it even harder.
That's statistically unlikely.
Well, so much for me failing it harder.
You'd have struggled to have beaten 98.
I mean, there's still a 2% chance.
Oh no, I rolled. I got a 1.2 degrees of success.
Yeah, but what we're saying is to roll worse than me would have been next to impossible, even with roll 20's help.
I mean, roll 20 likes to hate people, so I mean... So,
unless you're doing something totally absurd, Chaco.
Oh yes, it loves the absurd.
Surrender.
Can I keep him as a pet?
More heady.
You can't tell how long it's been here. Again, about the only thing you can salvage out of what's left of it would be just the raw ceramite and adamantine, which wouldn't be worth a hell of a lot, but...
No, I think he's on about the ruins.
Oh,
yeah, when the ruins were last occupied.
The ruins were last occupied... You can't get an exact date, but it looks like it was probably well before the Crusade. If anything, you think these ruins might have been occupied during the... might have been abandoned shortly after the Age of Strife began.
That's the longest time.
Well, boys, it seems we're in luck. We have an unplundered ruin from the Dark Age of technology.
That one crooks Bertram's eyebrow a little bit, to say the least.
And now the cat girl's in full panic mode because she has gone through this shit before.
So
it's not something from the warp.
Oh.
Nope, it's possibly even worse.
Well, you act like those things are mutually exclusive. They are not.
Not necessarily, but Age of Strife, I mean, we could be looking at anything up to a Man of Iron.
Yes.
Amber gives everyone a little smile, and he says a little comforting speech saying, don't you all fret, I've been on hundreds of such expeditions. Just trust in me and everything will be fine.
Bang is
going to... the worst thing to say to get people to trust in you is say, please, trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
Well, unlike Sybil, I have absolutely nothing suspicious about me.
Bang is going to look
Didn't you murder a person? Out of character.
Out of character, we've all murdered people.
It's the
Bang
40th
is-
millennium.
Probably all have.
Bang is going to look at the remains
I
and say,
have not. I did not murder them. I just killed them.
Exactly. As far as you all know, I am
Murder
no less a
anyone?
soldier.
I just judged heretics.
Bang is
Oh,
going to look at
heretics.
the
Judged
remains of the.
heretics.
Bang is going to look.
Sybil is going to instruct Big Bird to keep the door open, and then head on in.
Okay, so so we've already discussed, or you've already said that there's nothing particularly special about the wall. Is that right? You know, with the Emperor blazoned upon it.
Alexander will speak up and say, this ruin was abandoned right before the Age of Sapphiron in the early days. Didn't the Emperor show himself after that? So how is there a plaque of the Emperor?
Well, presumably he existed before then.
Yes, but if he existed, there's no record of the Emperor leaving Earth before the Crusade, is there?
There is no record of the Emperor period before the rise of the Imperium.
He is a god. He can do what he wishes.
How do we know what the Emperor could or
Except
could
if you were
not
to ask him today, he would deny that he is a god and explain to you that such beliefs hinder mankind.
Only the greatest of divinities would deny his own divinity.
In that he's right.
Bertram just quietly rolls his eyes.
You said that up the stairs on the map is like an altar setup, right?
Yes.
So,
although, as we're walking past, Bertram does shine his light down this corridor here to see if there's anything of note, anything likely to ambush them or anything.
Can I have to ask, what happens when Sybil walks into the kind of chamber?
Make a willpower check.
That's why I only took like one step in.
Well, you have just walked into a place you've already confirmed is absolutely riddled with psychic energy.
Any modifiers?
Nope.
I can still add 10 to use my psi, right? Oh. I can still use an extra 10 from my psi, right?
Hi guys.
Helens, we're still live with Rogue
Nothing
Potato.
happens.
Okay.
Okay.
You mean he doesn't levitate and his head doesn't spin around backwards and he starts spewing pea soup everywhere?
Nope, you're fine.
No, with Sybil, it would be like snow cones and bad 80s puns. Chill out.
Oh, God. Yeah, so like I say, Bertram takes a look down this corridor that's below us on the map. Anything apparent from a cursory check?
There's debris from fallen archways and pieces of the wall that have rotted away and fallen down, but other than that, no. It's just blank
Okay.
archway.
Oh, Tom, are you gonna move Jaime in?
We're seeing that it seems to be okay. I nod towards Amir to say, yeah, it's clear to go up onto the altar and join him up there.
I gotta go get Jenny in about 10-15 minutes.
Oh,
Just to let people know. I would say let's leave the altar alone.
Well,
Let's
if you have to go get her in 10-15 minutes, I don't mind stopping before we get into the main meat of the adventure here. And
All
we
right.
can pick up the main meat of the adventure 2 weeks from now after DerpyCon.
Just
before-
her work's been playing around with her schedule. 9 to 1, 11 to 4, 11 to 6.
Oh God.
The joys of retail.
Well, they're just the joys of retail. So we would be picking up on the day after. Oh.
Black Friday.
We wouldn't be picking up till the 1st then, because there's no way that I'm going to expect you guys to run this on Black Friday.
Why? I'm not going on Black Friday.
Who's stupid enough to go shopping
because I intend on running a marathon stream on Black Friday that basically says stay here with me instead of going out and dying.
Yeah, this could be part of it.
Yeah, we don't mind being part of it.
I don't mind.
We are entertaining.
Don't mind it also.
I mean, no sane person goes out on Black Friday. They go out and actually they stay at home for Cyber Monday.
Yin Yang, you were going to say something?
Just that I'm with the rest of the group, and nothing happening for me on Black Friday.
Alright, let's make this easy then. At the end of the session, in the tabletop, everybody who can be here for Black Friday, just writes a message saying can be here for Black Friday, and then Fee can see at a glance just who is able to turn up.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and you know, it helps when I don't click tabletop voice. Everybody click on the tabletop area and give me a 1 if you can be here, a 2 if you can't. Just real quick.
Yeah, the most with me is having to take the girlfriend to work, but hopefully she'll get the early shift, and she'll have the energy to want to work late, because that's allowable overtime.
Because what I intended to do was stream writing next week, like start late when everybody's going to bed or gone home from their Thanksgiving dinners, and then just stream it until like I got sleepy, and then wake up and run Rogue. And if we can't run Rogue Trader, run more stream afterwards.
Well, I mean, like you said, Rogue Trader helps because to a degree you can kind of switch off to some degree.
That's true. So
You just let the stupidity flow.
It looks like everybody can be here except for Tom hasn't given a committed or...
Furry 1-001. I can be here on Black Friday, and then there's a 1.
Oh, he's put it in the game chat rather than tabletop chat.
Oh. I misheard. Let's try that again then.
Rip. Okay, so we're going to wrap up the session then, guys. I know that Rogue Trader isn't always the longest session, but it's also because it tends to be on a busy day. I will see you guys tomorrow for something. I don't know yet. Depends on what games I have in my arsenal. We may do Dauntless up tomorrow afternoon. I do have a key for Dauntless.
Wouldn't you want to give that away to people who did well on the what is in my brain?
I thought about it, but then realized that it was too late to really announce that or give it away, because if you weren't at that stream at that exact moment, you basically didn't get a chance to get in.
That's fair enough answer.
So, I hope all of you had a good time watching these guys just bumble around and bash into each other's head. And now we get into the actual adventure I have planned. Come on!
Not the side events.
Side events of recruiting and actually landing and utilizing that as a recruitment drive effort to say, hey, look at us, we have a ship that can land.
Okay,
we cool and special.
Almost crash.
We're basically awesome.
Don't tell them that. They don't know that.
Join us.
Don't jinx it.
I have to ask, are you going to be planning Sybil's date if he lives?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Well, we can just hog tie him, ball gag him, and throw him out the airlock into the docking tube.
No, we carry him to that bar and toss him in there.
That's just a really kinky date.
It's with an angry Marine.
So let's do our end of stream stuff where I thank sponsors and patron supporters and people who dropped tips today, give out the pirate hat, and then we go raid somebody's stream and make their fucking day.
One last question, Fiaura.
Yes.
Has any experience been tossed out yet?
No.
Okay.
That's kind of intentional because you guys aren't past chapter 1, and I want to kind of make experience kind of a chapter increment so that instead of upgrading every session, you guys just play your characters and then get to upgrade once the chapter is over. So at the end of this, when you guys leave this planet, you will get to
upgrade in travel time.
Yes. And Hitomi, yes, I see the Pony Hammer stuff has been edited, and I've edited my end, but I'm publishing it one chapter at a time, so the next chapter won't be published till tomorrow night, and then the next one on Monday, and then the last one we did from last week will be on Wednesday, so that we are writing more of it on the following Thursday night.
Why was Carol banned? Joseph!
Did you ban
I know
one person?
Timed him out.
What?
No, I timed Kato out with a message to please watch phrasing, yes, Fiaura is transgender, and Joseph outright banned Kato, and then got ban happy and banned Carol as well.
No, Carl was saying things he shouldn't have been.
Timeout, guys. Timeout first.
Carl was saying a lot of things he probably shouldn't have.
Oh, so I said that I timed Kato out first with the message to, basically be nice.
Take a half second and... Okay, remember, it's not banned first, it's put them in the corner with the hat of I'm a douchebag on their head, and then if they don't like it, remind them this is my stream, and that we have a pass that says I do what I want, bitch. So I have unbanned Carl and unbanned Kato since they're now in the timeout corner.
But Carl had already been timed out once today.
Had he?
Yes,
Yeah,
for
it was running
things he
Mark
probably should have been.
Yeah, but no, what we're saying is, yeah, Carol had been, but he hadn't actually said anything. Joseph even said, whoops, didn't mean to ban Carol that time. It was a misclick.
Why did we time out Carol? Because I didn't see a reason for that.
Like he says, he didn't mean to actually ban Carol. It was a misclick.
Yeah.
The timeout,
the third time.
Things I prefer not to say why the stream is going.
I mean, the original timeout for Carol today was political related, and then Yosef accidentally banned him, as we'll go dealing with Kato.
Do I have a thing for being stunted? No, it's just recently I've been playing. Actually, before recent, these two games, I usually end up being the tallest character because I usually end up playing the frontline tank, and I usually play much more defensive-minded characters, like a monk who has like maybe a +2 to hit on attack at level 1, but has a 20 AC at level 1. Is an example of a character I would normally play, or a druid.
God damn.
Yeah, I know. I know how to, and that is on a point by system. That's not rolling dice. On a point by system, I can set up a monk to have a 20 AC at level 1, and then one guy, one guy, I'll have a 21 against because I called my dodge against him.
God damn.
And the person with the 21 against will get a crit on you.
Yes, but when I hit level 7, the last time I played a monk, I hit level 7, I took a feat that basically let me make a counterattack if you successfully hit me, and if I hit or exceeded your attack roll, I blocked it regardless if it was a crit or not.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I have played some pretty defensive-minded characters, and I've recently, like, the most recent 2 characters I've played have both been short, not the tankiest things in the world, because either they sap their own hit points to attack, which is a completely new type of character for me to play, or they're crunchy.
Well, said character that saps their own hit points held down a freaking T-Rex.
Yes. I would like to, but in the meantime, I would like to thank our Anom, Michael Bones, and Flopadoodle for being our top tier patrons. You guys are awesome, and you guys the 3 of them pay my power bill and my Verizon bill every month by themselves.
Nice.
There's a bunch of other patrons. I thank all of these people because you're awesome, and every little bit helps. But basically, the top tier guys get to be announced. Next is sponsors: Yin Yang Lord, Michael Bones, James Buckner, Witcher Robowski, Song of the Void, Hetty, Durgis, Miss Priss, Skullman, Heroin Bob, and Thomas Curry. Please do enjoy your custom emotes and wearing your badge of honor that says that you support Fiaura. I am currently waiting on Dre to finish up his current drawing list. So it'll be January or February before we get true custom emotes where Dre has hand-drawn these fucking things. And if anybody else wants to volunteer, it's $5. I get 4 of it. Google gets 1. And we are currently only 4 sponsors short of never needing a super chat donation or ad revenue to basically have Google have to pay me every month. Lastly, Furry One, Way of Swords, and Miss Priss, thank you for tips today. And Miss Priss, you get the hat.
Yay, Miss Priss.
Miss Priss. You got the hat.
Nice. Yay! I didn't win the hat for once.
Okay, that one is ban. That one is ban territory, Kato. No.
Kato, hon, I'm gonna break this to you in the nicest terms I possibly can, dear. The fact you were going out of your way to insult me indicates sexual attraction to me. Per Foucault, Human History of Human Sexuality, Part 2. I have a degree in the subject, a master's degree. You, sir, are just being a dick because you don't understand how human biology works. If you really want to start doing some research, go read about the Temple of Aphrodite from ancient Greece. You will be shocked and awed. Then go read about the Romans. Then go read about the Celts and the Native Americans. Transgender people are not new, dear. We've been around since, according to ancient Egypt, we've been around for a very long time. And you have to deal with that.
Well, there's actually even references to in Mesopotamia. There was apparently one created by the god State?
Yes, purposely created by the god State to be
trick the god of the underworld so she could go steal her actual husband back.
Oh, come on, guys. You don't need to be petty in chat. I can just tear him down with, just citing scientific research, and there's nothing he can do about it. So, Kaito, by the way, the suicide reference you mentioned, you're contributing to the suicide rate. Enjoy the fact that you have another human being's blood on your hands because you're trying to insult them.
It's like feminism. Third wave.
Congrats,
I'd be curious to...
I mean, I could keep going, all day. But at this point, I think you feel bad enough, and you're kind of banned, so it's not like you can talk back. And it seems really unfair to talk to you while you have a gag in your mouth. Oh, wait. Your type of people has been trying to do that to me for 100 years.
V, may I add some commentary?
I'm just being mean. I'm just being mean at this point.
It's so pathetic that he makes idiot people and actual adult people look smart.
Yeah, if you're gonna cite a statistic, know where the statistic comes from and why it exists. Not just citing a random statistic and saying that I should have to go kill myself.
It is possible. Be curious to see what the suicide rate is of people who are actually pushed into it instead of just, from pure depression. I wonder if it's much higher.
That's a good question.
To be honest, I have some serious doubts about his intelligence.
Much higher.
I think he must be equal to an amoeba or something like that.
Okay, Twitch, I literally want to see my channels that I follow, and you're not displaying them. Why are you not displaying them, Twitch? What's wrong with you? Are we in Twitch beta mode? We're on legacy site. Okay, that's nice. I want to see what I follow. Why can't I see what I follow?
You mean you're on the part of Twitch that actually works?
Well, no. I click on Twitch and the followed and online friends is just right there next to each other, and it doesn't show anything underneath them.
Oh
And
god,
then when I quit following, I just get this loading screen.
Yeah, error loading data. I've got the same. I think Twitch is...
Yeah, they're having some issues with this beta thing.
Twitch has gone...
Twitch is having a heart attack.
No, this isn't beta lens. This is the proper site.
This is the legacy site. This is... I can't even access... Actually, let's turn on the beta site and see if that works better. Nope, it's still... Oh my god, it's having a worse heart attack because I just lost my options.
Twitch is drunk. Go home.
Yeah, Twitch is really drunk right now.
Slow
I'm gonna try
clap for
opening it in Chrome and see if that works any better.
No, I'm using Chrome.
By the way, I just did a test run. Doki can tell you I got to look up a video about OBS echo problems. I just did a test run. Doki can tell you I got to look up a video about OBS echo in business.
Hey, Fee.
So according to Twitch, no one, any channel I've gone to, my own, Heroin Bob's, Toon Critics, all of them that I've tried to go to so far directly have 0 followers.
Yeah.
Twitch is having a heart attack, so we're not going to be able to raid anybody. And I apologize for leading you guys on because it will be a raid.
Simpyro's online because Lenzabi's auto-hosting him.
Yep. Unless in Simpyro we could go raid his ass.
Yes, but I can't get to his website. I can't get to his page.
Hang on, let me get you.
I can't even get to my own page.
1 second, Fee.
Oh, wait. I went to... Hold on, Eddie. I just went to... I clicked to go to his page instead of hosting. Error loading data.
Yeah, I can't even get to my own page, much less his.
Try
the
link.
Just having a massive heart attack.
Try the link I've dropped into your direct message on Discord.
Drunk is more Twitch than in the pilot. Twitch, fix this.
Error in loading.
Oh god.
Error loading data. Twitch symbol with 2 X's over where the eyes should be.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh
let's try
dear.
reloading via legacy site and see if that works. Oh wow, the legacy site's even worse. It's just a giant white page. Doesn't even have. It's just a giant white page.
Twitch, go home. You're broken.
Twitch, you're more drunk
that
than
explains why our
Bang.
Twitch audience today has been like 2, and our YouTube audience was 33. Was 33 at one point. Twitch is just drunk. Holy hell! You guys have stuck around for an. We just broke the average duration again by 6 minutes.
Woohoo!
YouTube's average duration is up to 37 now, and it's literally says over here highest record so far. By the way, you have to have an average duration of 25 minutes and 120 playbacks on average on your streams in order to get the sponsorship button. And we broke that like a month and a half ago, and now it's just like going ballistic. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Everyone was watching.
Remember that YouTube gives more benefits for you guys watching longer. So if you have to get up and leave, but you're gonna come back, just leave it playing, because that gives that'll give more benefits towards my channel and whatever other channels you happen to be watching later.
But don't you know, pretty much everyone was watching to see Sybil get snoozed to death.
See Sybil get snoozed to death, or see you get thrown into a chimera and your head busted open. So what we're gonna do instead of a raid is I'm gonna link my femfiction story, that's horrible, awful fan fiction that we write on Thursday nights at midnight. And you guys can go have a look at it via their website. So it should work. That link should work.
Go raid her fanfic. Leave a message.
To go look at Ponyhammer 41K since you're interested in Rogue Trader, and tell me if you think I'm getting stuff wrong, and then help me make this better.
Although note if it's a issue with quote canon. Don't.
Yeah,
things like this. Fee doesn't care about canon.
For reference, please
It
see
was
the only
30k
war.
for a reason. Also, the Fizz fanfiction isn't that bad. It's class C. It's not class Z.
I mean, it's apparently not bad according to some people, and according to me, I'm a terrible writer. But then again, I'm also my worst critic. So that's everything, ladies and gentlemen. I actually sat around and yacked at you and actually put us over the 3-hour mark. Tom, I imagine, has gone to get his girlfriend already, and if he hasn't, then I am slightly disappointed. Again, one of the things about running RPG streams is we are at the mercy of the players in some cases.
I know that feeling.
And in the meantime, I will be here for post-stream hangout. I'm going to go start my dinner, and if you want to hang out, just jump in Discord, jump right in the garage. We'll be hanging out. My dinner tonight is actually really simple. What I did earlier was I got up and I started the chili. It's been sitting in the crock pot for 2.5 hours now. The other thing I'm going to do is cook Velveeta cheese shells, and then I'm just going to mix the two together in a bowl. And I'm going to let all of you think about how delicious that actually sounds.
Fizz fanfiction
it would probably burn my mouth out.
Random.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Twitch, do you want to work? Do you want to? No.
Twitch. Where did the evil tech bees?
We almost got a raid there, and then it went back to error. I'm gonna let the stream team know that Twitch is having issues. At sponsored streamers, Twitch is having a heart attack. Please do not be upset if people can't watch you, because no one can. Suggest streaming on YouTube today due to this. And I am going to have to pop out for a second and go tell Joker, actually let's do it now.
By the way, you're evil.
Yes, I know.
I haven't eaten anything since 10 a.m. this morning.
Hey. This is an incredibly simple meal.
I know, and it's one of those where I have it at home, and I'm an hour.
Daz, thank you for reminding me. I forgot. I haven't actually eaten since like 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me that I need to eat. Thank you.
Okay, and I have to clarify something about Twitch's exclusivity clause. Anything you send to Twitch is exclusive. Just because you're an affiliate or a partner does not mean you can't stream on other platforms. You just can't send it to Twitch. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm gonna see you guys for tomorrow's stream, and again, if I'm really looking for suggestions, because Wolfenstein and we did South Park and it was fun up to a point, and then it got disappointing. And Wolfenstein is
buggy as all fucking hell.
I can't even play it properly when I'm not streaming. Like, it's that bad. Also, if you want to send my email address is fiaura@gmail.com. Please send me Fiauraisms. That is stuff that got said on stream that's completely out of context. Also, send me mods you would like for me to add to my Fallout game, because we're still playing Fallout, and I'm basically doing an exploration of the wasteland. And last night, for the very first time in my life, I saw what the USS Constitution was.
Yep. Did you enjoy it?
What the hell, man?
Up and away!
You have a bit of time?
I'm just here thinking of new ways to roast that title guy.
Yeah. You can relax a bit, Carl.
So Twitch's the one that stole all my rum.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes, there is an Arnsman in the ship named Twitch, I can actually drive towards your station if you want.
Anyway, from my house to yours, good night, everybody. Enjoy Ponyhammer, and please, please don't just hit the like. I have to really ask this because the website takes this into account. Please don't just hit the like button. Actually open it and take a look for a second, because it has this little registry where it determines, you know, if people actually looked at the chapters or just hit the like button. They're smart about their shit, unlike some people, unlike some companies we may or may not use. No, Google Senpai, please don't smite me. Mwah.